Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another NINJAGOcast. I am your Sensei Wolfe.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Meso.
I'm Sokoda.
I'm Catamaran Victus.
I am a sex trooper.
And I'm Leo.
And I am so happy that we have so many people on today. This is just so cool that we have so many people for NINJAGOcast. We got a special episode today.
What happens when you release D2C sets?
Yeah, this is what happens when
I just
Ninjago has new sets.
Cast.
Hell, I took a wrong turn.
Hey guys, I was looking for Destiny
Ninjago
Cast
cast?
and
Oh my god.
accidentally ended up here. Yeah.
But yeah, it's a very, very large cast today. And it's for a special reason. We have some more sets to discuss briefly. And then we have another topic we're going to talk about. But we'll get there when we get there. And I can guarantee you that half the people who are here right now are not going to stick around for that.
Mm-hmm.
So enjoy them
yes.
while they're here. Enjoy them while they are here. They're not going to be here forever. But yeah.
It'll be great. We're gonna have a good time.
We're going to have a very good time. Before we get started, how's everyone doing today?
Doing all right, you know. I'm starting.
Cool.
the year
I'm doing
with a really nice
okay.
thing.
What are you doing?
Episode 1 of NINJAGOcast. You know,
Yep,
it's
I
great.
agree. I'm same boat.
Well,
Yeah.
Cool.
you know, I'm very happy today. You know, I'm very happy because
Is that so?
I was able to set everything up on time. I had asked my kind and generous friends for a favor. To
Wasn't very direct.
give me a ring if I'm not here on time, and they did. They were kind and courteous
Oh, I did.
enough.
I
To
definitely.
be fair, the time you woke up is what normally is on time for you.
Yeah.
I
not
didn't
the
know you had to go to the UPS store.
Yeah, neither did friggin' I. That's the problem.
I mean, you said someone can wake me up. You didn't say, please, someone wake me up 2 hours before the start time.
Wait,
For like, if you're not on by like 6:30, yeah, I'll give you a ring. And you got on at 6. It was fine.
That's not fine. That's not fine for me. For any of you guys, yeah, that might work out a little okay. Not for the guy that sets everything up. Anyway.
Dude, I like that
Get
my
everything
picture
ready.
is.
Hmm?
I like that my picture is right next to Leo because it makes it look like I'm presenting him. Just like, hey, we're the guys here just for the sets. How you guys doing? What's up?
Everybody send Eljay like mangosteen support energy.
Do the
He's
mangosteen
trying
dance
time.
for him.
Everyone do the
the
mangosteen dance.
Mangosteen.
Time to bring out your mangosteen, guys.
Find your nearest bag of mangosteen and start shaking it up and down, side to side.
Dude,
got
would a
one of those.
mangosteen smoothie be good?
I don't know. I wanted to try one.
having drank a mangosteen smoothie that they didn't have in DC last year, it is very good. Yes.
Of course they didn't. I want to make one.
Mangosteen smoothie and that like monstrosity sandwich thing that you made that one time, LJ. I don't remember what it's called.
Sorry. What was that?
Sandwich?
Yeah, like a monstrosity sandwich thing that you like. made
Oh, the
people eat.
snickle. The snickle.
That's
Yeah.
like kind of a sandwich.
And you let's go ahead and get into the
I wouldn't
plot.
count it as a sandwich.
A sandwich.
Is it a sandwich or
It's
a
two things with one thing in the middle. It's kind of a sandwich. It made me
Or
think of
is
a
it-
sandwich.
It's really
I
not.
remembered it.
or is it
No.
a burrito?
No.
Ah.
When can we get the Lego snickle? One of the ninja can
no.
hold it. We did. Can eat.
I mean, Cole holds a green hot dog. It
Yeah.
might as well be a snickle. Anywho, LJ, want to give us some plugs before we get started?
Want is a strong word, Sensei. I don't want to do a lot of things. You know what I do
Alright.
want?
But can
You
you?
know what I really do want right now? Is to tell you all that
Sandwich.
It's to tell you all that if you want to head on over to TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com, you'll have a good time. You just need to be 13 years or older and follow the rules, and everything will be A-OK. Also, head on over to our Patreon, patreon.com/TTVchannel. $1 a month, you can join our TTV channel Patreon Discord server. which also has the Minecraft server on the island of Matnui and Voyanui with more to
It's
come.
back.
Don't interrupt my plugs.
Mm.
And then head on over to Twitter at the TTV channel, as well as our individual ones.
Man, you had rapid fire equipped for that one, man. That was
Yeah,
like pew, pew,
that's
pew.
why he does it.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know,
Nice.
he's been well trained in that art. That's like the one thing
I
I'm
don't
not
like how you
well-trained in
say
Ninjago.
well trained. It's like it's like I'm a dog being
Well-trained.
trained some tricks.
It's the art of plug jitsu.
Say the plugs, boy. Say the plugs.
TTV message boards. That's a
Look,
good
shut up,
one.
go catch.
Kick back, whip around, and go to the TTV.
All right,
But,
drop it.
The last plug. No.
Oh,
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy that donates $1 a month?
that's for $1.
I'm done.
Anyhow,
I'm
our
done.
last plug is more of an announcement.
Oh,
As
yeah.
most of us know, next week on the 14th of January is a very special day for Ninjago. It is the 10-year anniversary of the pilots releasing way back in 2011. So we're going to celebrate here. We're going to have a podcast. We're going to have a NinjagoCast at 8 p.m. Eastern.
Maybe.
Where it's going to be around 8 p.m. Eastern, where
Depends
we're
on when
going
I
to
wake
just
up.
be hanging out and discussing Ninjago, talking about its legacy, and just having a grand old time. So hopefully, look forward to that one. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we just kind of celebrate this
It
landmark.
shall
for
be
Ninjago.
a momentous occasion that I am
It
very
will
much
be.
looking forward to. Maybe even special guests.
Hmm.
Hey.
Temper your expectations
What?
for what
Yeah,
guests
yeah.
they are.
Oh,
but-
okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Wiggles eyebrows. Don't. You'll see when we get there.
Special for us.
Right.
It'll be quite a legacy, kind of a big
Right.
moment for NinjagoCast. So.
Raises one eyebrow over the other, and then raises the other eyebrow over the one I originally raised.
Wow.
Let's not do that.
Sorry, I gotta flex my. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm like doing the thing.
My gosh.
So we're gonna move on, and we're gonna get into our set discussion because that is what the majority of our hosts are on for today. They're excited to talk about some epic sets. So we're gonna start with the most epic set of them all. Are you guys excited for this one?
I'm
my
ready!
goodness,
Yes.
This is such a huge set. I mean, we've been waiting for this one for years. This is
Born
a
ready,
legacy.
Bruno!
This is the legacy set, which is a remake of 70754 called Jay's Electromech. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you set 71740, Jay's Electromech.
It is literally
If
the
you
best stuff in
Yeah,
there. It's perfect.
baby.
Yes.
if you squint
Yeah.
your eyes, it looks like Duplo.
I do
It
get
really
that.
does. This is the most
It's
Duplo energy
a
Lego system
Dorito.
set
Well,
ever
I
made.
mean, yeah.
It's a
considering
Dorito.
that-
It's a Dorito.
Holy cow, that thing
So-
is wide.
Wide. Wide.
It is very wide. So this set is 106 pieces. It is a 4+ set. So
Mm.
yay. And
Are-
it will retail for $20. And this will
What?
be coming out in March.
Yeah.
For that thing, its legs are like one piece.
Yeah.
What the heck?
You'll see
It's,
it has like 2 extra side
That's like-
builds with a scorpion and a
Oh, okay.
spider, and they are really
Yeah.
impressive.
Oh,
So-
those two.
No.
Oh.
I know.
Well, I mean, to
Very
me, it
good.
looks like less pieces than dollars, if you ask me. But I guess I can
kind
see
of the saw blade is bigger than the actual body of the set.
This is Ninjago's equivalent to Avmatorn.
Yeah. I
I'm
can
like-
agree with that. That is.
I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna pose it next to
Listen.
Solak. Like,
Jay needed to have a set to make sure
Mhm.
he's okay. All right.
yeah, it's true.
There's
This
a-
sounds like a
there's-
welfare check.
There's a lot. don't talk to me about.
I'm really scared for him.
Yeah, same, right? We have good reason to be, which we'll talk about later. But I mean, yeah, this is
Is that a launcher or a plus set? Is that normal?
Yeah.
I
I
did
usually
not-
have a lot of those kind of things.
I did
Yeah.
not know that.
Big launcher, you know.
I thought the entire point of those oh, we don't want kids to poke their eyes out with these.
I mean,
Mine
and,
was like 1 to 3 years old. I'm sure.
blunt shooter. It's now like super
Okay.
low key and cool looking.
What? This isn't a Marvel set.
This is a good sign though,
It
because
definitely
usually
has
these,
presents.
these 4+
Santa?
sets are usually just like dumbed down version of like successful sets that they've done, but like made for just like a younger audience. So I guess like mechs are doing really good. So just like, hey, we need one for the 4+ as well.
Let's get the kids started on the
Yeah,
small
let's
get-
ones so
let's-
that they'll buy the
yeah.
bigger
Mhm.
ones later on.
Exactly.
You're just like, dude, this thing is like a
the
robot
gateway
with
mech.
legs.
The game.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything's
I
mech
love-
now, you know. They literally made Thanos mech, you know. Anything.
Yeah.
Dude, Thanos mech is that big.
Thanos mech for $10 is so much better than this for 20.
Yeah, what the heck?
Yeah.
Come on.
Oh man, I can't wait
They
for
should
kids to
like
get the
right
set
away
and
go to an upper tier.
I can't wait for kids to find this set and go back in the show and like, oh my gosh, I want to see this like set that I have, and they see the 4 seconds it's on screen before exploding.
Nice.
Those big
Only
ninja
is-
stars though is like a good size for like a kid though, for like
Hmm?
an actual ninja star.
Only
Can we
that's
get a
the real question.
flip?
Is this Construction's last hope?
I hate you.
Oh, no.
No, there is another.
Josh, this is the definitive 10th anniversary set. Yes, it
Yeah,
is,
he's right.
man.
It is.
It is.
We need
This
a
is-
4+ Klaus mech to fight it.
We do.
Alright.
We do.
So that was a cool set, you know. I hope there's more.
Yeah, that was very cool. It has
Looking
become a
forward to
meme in
that.
the community. I can't wait to pose it next to Zane's Titan.
You- Yeah,
Oh, is that
Haley, I
something
can't
good?
wait to see you pose it next to Zane's Titan mech.
I can't wait too.
Yeah,
So
Gotta get another one, yo.
I'm gonna
Another
send it
one.
back. No, I'm kidding.
What's next?
So next up we have the set number. Well, we're gonna move on to season 14. So that was our legacy set. We're going to now move on to the new wave for Ninjago that are going to be the 4 sets for the upcoming season. The set we're talking about first is 71745 Lloyd's Jungle Chopper Bike. So this set has 183 pieces, and it retails for $20.
So what was
It's not
that?
a Ninjago wave without a bike.
What was
I
that?
know what.
That one
Mhm.
set from Prime Empire recently, the one that had it had Lloyd and Nya on like bikes.
The Velocity Racers.
Okay, so they just copy and pasted that.
It's
That
that. It
was
also
gay.
looks like the one in Rebooted, like Lloyd's Bike and Rebooted.
It looks very similar, yeah, and it's very disturbing.
Oh
Well,
wow.
nothing screams Ninjago like Lloyd,
Oversized
Jungle,
bike.
Chopper, Bike. Like those are 4 words that are like, you know, it's Ninjago when you see that word in there. Which I think is funny that it's all in one. It's all in one
It's
set.
all in one.
I was
They
right.
in there.
press the button on their random name generator.
That's how they feel, so.
And have- Where's the chopper? Is the chopper like Nia's little thing that she's writing?
No, the chopper is like it's a type of
Yeah,
motorcycle.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
This is the most underwhelming set I feel of this entire wave.
hang on,
So-
hang on, real quickly. Brent Miller joined us. He's in the YouTube chat.
Oh, hey.
First of all, Brent, it's been so long. I hope you're doing well. And he said, "Yo, what's wrong with Zane's Titan mech?" Nothing. It's phenomenal. The joke is, Haley had one, and then she sent it home with me, and so she said, "I'm gonna
Okay.
pose Jay's dinky little mech next to the fantastic Zane's Titan mech." But she doesn't have one.
So it's a
Not right
lie.
now. Okay, no, listen.
I'm
As
listening.
you all know,
Caught out
we
in a lie.
did Ninjago reviews. Lego sent us 5 wonderful sets for us to review.
She's biased.
And no, I'm not biased. They were wonderful sets. Of course, the pinnacle of it all was Zane's, mech. That thing is fantastic.
She's not actually
designer.
biased just because you hear it is pretty great.
No, it is a really great set. And I was gonna pose that next to my Lloyd's Titan mech, but you should have seen the way Eljay was looking at this mech.
Listen, you didn't have to. I was
I
trying.
might as well become a pastor and declare them husband and wife because, oh my goodness, there was so much going on.
Listen,
It's like, I
That
cannot
tension.
separate these two. So it's like, in order to thank him for his trouble of coming to me to help me with reviews, I was like, you can take home.
you already gave me a sweater. I was fine. You could have had it. You could have kept it.
No, you wanted it. I saw it
No.
in your eyes.
If I wanted it, I would have bought it. And then
It wasn't out yet.
yeah, I know I would have waited. Okay, all right. Sorry.
That's
But
Gollum
anyhow,
voice.
so that is the story with that. Which is it still in pieces? Did you ever
I
build
haven't
it?
had a chance. I have not had a chance.
Dot dot dot.
I haven't had a
Dot,
chance to build it. I've been busy.
Wait, so you have bought a mech and you just haven't built it?
No, I didn't buy it. She gave it to
Didn't
me.
they?
It's pre-built. I built it for the reviews, and then I gave it to him for him to bring it home as a way of saying thank you.
And then I've
I
just
will.
I've let
I will
it
most likely
decompose.
purchase one for myself later.
Sure.
All right.
Okay, I'm
Anyhow,
sorry.
What
All right,
were we
welcome,
talking about?
Brent.
We were talking
Hope
about.
you're well.
Yes.
The
yes,
weakest
thank you
set
for joining.
of the way.
We were,
The problem
we
with having a
we were
very
talking-
unique theme like this with the island wave and then only giving it 4 sets is that the 4 sets that you give it really need to count. And this one doesn't count. This one is very forgettable. You could slot this into any Ninjago wave. Literally any one. Including even rebooted. They were in the jungle for a bit of time and like there could be an excuse for this set to exist. It's not catered to this theme at all. So it's a waste and generally unmemorable. But it does look neat as a
I'm
bike.
excited to see how a motorcycle is going to fit into a tropical island, but Ninjago has its ways. One thing that we can mention is headbands.
Yeah.
Dude.
You can
We get-
like I
we get
really
some
love the
suits.
one I like the one for Jay, blue one, right? Correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Well,
that one makes you can basically make your own finally make your own solid snake minifigure basically.
No way.
Jeez.
Yeah.
We've been waiting so long for this exact thing, so I'm really excited for this entire wave, just for that alone.
What were you going to say, Sokoda?
Yeah, I think the large jungle chopper bike set. I think the Nya side build is more interesting for me. I really like
Yeah.
the little sail. And I
Yeah.
think it's also the only set you can get Nya in. So
Are you serious?
Oh.
yeah.
I feel like
It's
this
in-
set would be so much better if
Yeah.
you just took away the bike, honestly. Then it would be like a great set.
Yeah, or if you just put all the pieces in like this catamaran styled vehicle and
Mhm.
not do 2 builds, that might be
Just
cooler.
make an entirely new set, basically.
Yeah, they like,
just scrap the entire thing. But I really like Nia's vehicle. Nia's vehicle. But we have so many bikes for Ninjago. We don't need one in the jungle, I feel.
Yeah.
I agree.
No. But cool
Like
minifigure.
a
nonetheless.
dune buggy would have been better, at least, because that's more like.
We
think
just
that
had a
would've been
Lloyd
much better.
buggy.
Oh,
Yeah.
like
We should have-
dune buggy.
I love that the buggy had a flamethrower too.
oh,
So that's the first set. We get to also get a sneak peek at our new villains, which we'll get into a future set.
The keepers.
The keepers.
What are they keeping?
Interesting. I don't know.
Secrets.
See, yes, you go. They're keeping Tommy secrets. So our next set we're going to talk about is 71746 Jungle Dragon. This has 506 pieces and it retails for $40.
This
Oh,
is the
that's-
one. This
Yes,
is the
the
one.
This
Yes,
is the one.
this is the
Crown
one.
Jewel.
This thing
Oh,
is
this entire
adorable.
wave.
Teal
Really
dragon,
cool.
teal dragon.
We go from purple dragon to teal dragon. I'm in love.
Dude, I love teal. I love that we're just getting more and more teal in more and more
I've
sets.
long waited for this day. Oh man.
It has really cool pieces, and like
Yeah.
I'm still not sure though about like the I know the lower jaw is the recolor of like the spooky spook dragon, that's purple or whatever.
The Overlord
But like
dragon?
the
Overlord
upper,
dragon.
yeah, the upper head though. I thought for the
think that's
longest time
from-
is elves, like
Yeah.
elves recolor, because I'm not
think-
sure whether or
yeah.
not the teeth was in that the other ones.
Yeah, there was definitely teeth in the Overlord Dragon. I recognize the lower jaw because the teeth kind of stick out
Elf's
further.
dragon.
The elf strings.
Yeah, like
Oh,
the
the elf
upper.
dragon,
Yeah,
I
the
think
upper
they
head
had
teeth. If
teeth.
it's a recolor or no.
The elf dragons, but I'm still not sure if it's the same piece because I
Yeah.
think they had ears on the mold, the elf dragons, and this one doesn't.
Yeah,
So
we're-
I think
we're-
it's a
we're
new
just,
mold.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
do think it's a new mold as well. I was checking now to see if it's one of like the last creatures, like the fox or whatever or something. They have
Yeah.
some other leather dragons, but no, I do think it's just like an entirely new piece. 'Cause that's a cool piece. I honestly, I like the
And-
whole thing.
I don't think those are stickers. I think that's actually printed on the head. Because
Oh, I
definitely
hope
on
it
the
is.
head.
It was
Probably,
Oh,
Yeah.
probably stickers on other part of the dragon, but on the head, I'm pretty sure.
yeah.
that would be a
It was the same.
nightmare to put the sticker
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, I
though.
can't
The
imagine
reason it
they
has to be
would.
printed.
That would be horrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
But
definitely.
that color scheme is really refreshing. The color schemes in general of this entire wave is really nice, you know?
Yeah,
I
I
prefer if it was like an entirely new theme, honestly, because it looks like a continuation of the old like Islanders. I'm just gonna put in the chat right there.
Yeah.
But I do like
Oh.
that like Ninjago keeps being the avenue of just like we're not getting new system themes, but instead like just Ninjago just tips into everything, you know.
I-
Castle
yeah.
and now like jungle dragon like this we're getting new Barnacle, you know, but just in Ninjago. It's great.
Yeah.
Why would you say that name?
Yeah.
You know.
No,
It lives on.
I definitely
The last
think that
hope.
this is the strongest set of this wave. And I know
Yeah.
we still have at least one or two more to talk about, but I think this is the strongest because it does the most
Oh, easy.
just really well. It's super eye-catching. We've got, I think this is, so Zane has a vehicle, which is neat. We're also getting his hairpiece, like, just in copious amounts now, which is fantastic. But the dragon is
Has that
just...
been like an issue at some point?
Yeah,
Like, getting his
that
hairpiece?
hairpiece, that's his new hairpiece after the film, but we hadn't had it in silver up until this
Ooh.
year.
Oh, yeah, because I
So-
know there's like an old version of that. That's
Yeah.
always
They
been
made
the
it a
Lego.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's like a
Yeah.
cool thing for Ninjago fans.
So it's good that we have it. I really do like this dragon's color scheme: sand, green, and teal. It's like Lego heard us doing the Bionicle Cannon contest. It's like, you're gonna need something from Risk and Artaka. We're gonna get you squared away. But I
I feel like
do
you get a lot of good stuff in this set.
Yeah.
A
my
lot of people will use this for Lyriska, maybe.
yeah, oh yeah, easily. My one issue with this dragon is that the wings are a little small. I feel like the
They
wings
are.
the wings
Yeah.
feel like an afterthought to the whole of this dragon, where it almost made more sense to just make this like a giant monitor lizard, you know?
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
honest,
pretty,
when I
like,
first
similar
saw it, I
or
didn't even
anything.
notice there were wings.
Yeah.
They were so
Yeah, me
small.
too. I never.
I
saw
wasn't
it,
even
really.
thinking of them as wings.
Yeah.
I
It
took a
think
while,
but-
Gecko-like, so it could work without wings at all.
yeah.
Do you
Could
guys know
also be
why
that there's
those?
some kind of decorations or something?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Do you guys know why the wings ended up like that? It's actually because that's the point they reached the part budget, and there was like, oh, we're stuck in there. It says dragon on the box, you know, just put some blades, like there we go, let's go.
Yeah.
We
I
got it.
don't even know if
I
this
don't know, but
guy like could fly. Like he looks like he's more of a lizard than he is a dragon.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's intentional though, just because of like the jungle, like island setting. I wouldn't imagine that there would be a
Like,
kind of creature with wings, really.
I look at
Yeah.
this and I think, all right, we have a giant turquoise Komodo dragon. That works for me.
Oh, we got a
That's
thing in the
totally
chat.
fine.
Someone donated to the channel.
We do have a super chat
Yeah.
from 26K down the drain. Okay, so 2021 is off to an interesting start. They're really changing things for this season. Good foreshadowing. I just wanted to say that. Take the money.
Thank you for the $5.
It's taken.
Thank
No,
you.
We appreciate it.
Foreshadow.
Appreciate it. Foreshadowing. Hmm.
But
This set just brings a lot to the table, honestly, with like
Yeah.
two main character minifigures as well as like two of the new ones. Not a big fan of like a double head guy, but like
Yeah.
getting
Yes.
I
one
don't
of
like
the mask dudes though.
Yes.
the mask-
Double head
His
guy.
name, his
Yeah.
name, I believe, is Danish.
what, like
I don't know
literally
how
his
to-
name is Danish? Like people in the show are gonna be like, "Hey, Danish, come over here."
No. Like, I don't even know how to pronounce it. Polieric?
All right, so Haley,
Put it in the chat.
Haley,
Is he just gonna come
This-
up in the show and just be like, "Malevru"?
Oh my
this is
God.
gonna be a bit of a surprise to you. All right,
Yes.
Lego is actually in Denmark, so his name being Danish.
Yeah.
Is
Mhm.
Ninjago canonically in
Yes.
Denmark then?
Yes,
Yeah.
I figured that as much,
Uh-huh.
but I just don't know how to pronounce it.
Well,
Oh.
we're Bionicle
It's a
fans
little
here,
harder-
so
a
we're
little-
used to
little
weird
harder than
pronunciations.
Harumi. Yeah.
It's true.
Mhm. That is
Mhm.
very true. But I don't know how to pronounce it. But it's one of those like, head on top of head. How does that work? What's the science of that? Like, is his throat like through his brain?
He's just got like another
He's
spinal column.
just wearing someone else's head.
That could be a
I mean,
I-
tail.
I don't
Speaking
know.
of spinal column, the one thing I'm very interested about this dragon is how the tail works.
I know
Because
what.
it has
Well,
a kind
mixal
of
joints,
curve. Is it
back and
mixal joint?
forth.
So you can, because I know there's this kind of a similar look for the green mech dragon from the movie, but I don't know if this one is posable or not. Like, but it will stay
No.
because it looks like it
No.
can.
It's too
No.
short for the same pieces from the Green Ninja Mag Dragon. I think it's probably mixel joints.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't believe so. I believe it's gonna be it's all angling. Like it looks like it can pose. Well, yeah, because it's box art. I'm sure
Yeah.
the tail
Mhm.
on
That's
the...
why I'm curious why it's gonna do that. The tail on the Overlord dragon is the same way.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be exactly like the Overlord Dragon because it's just gonna flop, 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 and we're just looking at it at an angle to hide that.
I want
That's-
to boycott that tail design.
But that piece is like
Yeah.
4 studs long, and the segments of this one are 2 studs long. So I don't think that's possible.
No,
Maybe it isn't
fair.
a
I just
Yeah,
We'll just have
I-
to wait and see them.
I don't know. I doubt that it's gonna be articulable, and
No.
yeah.
I'm a sucker
Looks
for
in the
posable
image
tail.
that it's just like
Okay.
very back and forth only, but it might be mixel joints. We don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
very curious about that.
Mhm.
All right. Any last thoughts about this dragon before we move on?
What I think is really impressive about this dragon is that we had so many Ninjago dragons, but this one looks so unique because he's so goofy and fun. So he really sticks out
Oh,
from the
yeah.
others, and it's cool that after
Oh,
10 years of dragons, they still can do like new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely looks unique, sticks out, and actually is a good build as well. So
Yeah.
this is a great
Yeah.
set. There's a reason why it sticks out.
Agreed.
Mhm.
Good dragon.
Leah, you anything?
no, it's a nice set. I mean, you kind of said you guys said everything pretty much that I would have said.
We read your thoughts.
I mean,
Will
yeah.
you buy this dragon, Leah?
Deal or no deal.
Deal or
If
no
you-
deal.
Yeah, if you say yes and don't do it, then we will all be very sad.
No, I will not. I will probably buy something else.
Oh, that's a no deal, gent.
I did notice. There's a piece between both heads on the minifigure on the right, right?
Yes.
There's like
Yeah.
something
Yeah, and I
green
have
there.
no idea. what
Yeah,
it
that's a
is.
bit odd.
Yeah, I want to know what that is though.
I like
That's-
the mask.
It might just be the bow tie.
That
piece,
mask
the
is
clear
awesome.
background.
Oh, you
Yeah,
might be right.
maybe.
Dude,
The
I love
mask
the mask.
for the
guys.
Thunder Keeper is really,
Yeah.
really cool.
Mhm.
You can make some
Thunder
spooky little minifigs
Keeper.
with those. I like that. Like, I'm gonna buy this dragon, so I'm guaranteed to have a mask keeper guy, dude. So,
Nice.
yeah.
I'm so curious about these guys. Like they look so fun and just weird and tribal and whatnot. But Thunder Keeper, Rumble Keeper,
Mm.
Hmm.
Oh, the rumble. All right.
Rumble.
I keep the rumbles.
Not
All
any
right.
rumbles. I know a guy.
Let's move on to our next set, which is 71747, The Keeper's Village. This has 632 pieces and retails for $50.
Oh,
This
Yeah,
one is
about right.
automatically the
Yeah.
best because it has coal in it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And not only does it have coal, Cole has his man bun back.
Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my gosh.
Okay.
He has
What
his
is-
man bun in the show.
what is the
This
weapon?
was a
that he's holding?
dream.
Oh my goodness.
Like all the weapons for this seasons are built with the machete piece because they're in the jungle,
Okay.
and I think that's the machete version of a scythe.
That's
Cole's weapon is the stupidest
So,
weapon in the
yeah.
world.
yeah,
I
that's,
don't even understand how it works.
This
It actually
is...
looks horrific.
I guess you'd use it like an axe.
I guess, but
That's
I
the only
guess.
way you could probably use it.
but like you could accidentally hit someone with the hilt rather than the blade.
yeah,
I remember the last time he had a weapon like this was in Hands of Time. He had something like this. It was very goofy, and I didn't know how he was going to fight with it. And I'm going to ask the same question when I see it in this season too.
A bit like an axe, maybe.
Okay. Don't do this, Ninjago. Don't you dare. You know this ongoing feud exists. You know this is a thing. Do not start making it worse by giving...
giant axe.
Do not... There is only enough room in LEGO themes for one great character to have a giant axe, and that's Leeway.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. It's the one great character to have an axe, and it's cool.
It's Leeway, you mother fudger. So, yeah, no, I hate that weapon. It looks hideous. I really do not like it. Also,
you know those like low-cost cosplays?
Yeah.
It looks like a weapon someone would make out of that. It's like a stick and like a knife.
mhm.
A stick and a knife. See, I see the guy like underneath the bridge with like a very small scythe, and I see a stick and a knife.
Yep. Listen,
Kind of standing there like I'm gonna stab.
he's
somebody.
trying. No, but another
He's
thing
new.
I want to point out, Haley,
Mhm.
they say that the man bun actually contributes quite substantially to permanent hair loss.
What?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What?
that hairstyle in men contributes quite greatly to permanent hair loss because the hair.
Sources needed.
Listen, I've read this numerous times. I will link whatever I can in a little bit, but
Have you been researching man buns, Eljay?
I was,
you trying to
I was bracing for a pun.
nope,
So
no
where's
pun this
that
time. No pun this time. Yep,
The hairpiece
it's
on the beat
because
is plastic.
it's because what
Don't
happens.
worry.
Listen, X. You're killing me. It's because
Well,
the
well,
hairstyle is usually pulled back really tight, and it strains all the hair follicles, and it
Yeah, that makes
basically
sense.
it just pulls on the hair so much that the hair can't handle it, and it does permanent damage to where the hair is in the scalp.
Bald cool,
You
bald
guys have
cool.
interesting discussions
not how
on
bold.
NINJAGOcast, I gotta say.
So
You really go all in here.
Well, so you've got it's a mixture of sets plus story. Like we can look
And
at
I
the
really
Rumble
hope you
Keepers and
send
the
him here.
Thunder Keepers and be like, ooh,
You gotta
elemental.
explore
whatnot.
Cole's like baldness plotline.
Yeah, there's Cole,
Molding.
there's hair.
hey guys,
Um,
hey Kai, I think my hair's starting to fall out. And Kai just like combs his hair back. Sounds like a you problem.
all right, hair gel.
The only thing I'm seeing with the hair, honestly, is just Solid Snakes. I'm just imagining him like just going back and forth there, thinking like, "Huh, Metal Gear," and it's just like, why is he here on this island?
It's the
Why
Rambo
is
ninja.
Nintendo here? Why is there a chain attached to leaves and it's on like?
I think it's a trap. Like it's
Yeah.
a trap in a
Yeah.
tree, and
Yeah.
Jay just got
Yeah.
caught.
Oh. How does it? Oh, man.
It's a trap.
It is a trap indeed.
I love the tiki thing that looks so menacing and evil. I don't know what that is, but it looks
It's a
really
great little tower.
It's a totem.
a totem tower.
Yeah. it's
See
a
you
totem
later,
tower.
Brent.
Yeah.
Thank you for stopping by.
Um,
Thank you.
I'm gonna drop in at some point and just say hi and check on how you're doing. Hopefully you've had a good year. And again, thanks so much.
Don't wear man buns.
he said
Oh no.
he said in the chat, I have to run, but thank you for enlightening me about man buns. You are welcome.
Okay, so we got that part. That's nice. So you just got to make sure.
I'm gonna
That's
go
nice.
ahead and in our private chat, I'm just gonna link like a slew of links just by looking up man bun contributing to hair
okay,
loss.
man. It's
Eljay
okay.
providing receipts.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I will.
No one's getting their receipts.
I'm just gonna put them in TTV chat.
Shout out to Ninjago for another set that's like actual location and stuff, and not just like another vehicle or something on wheels.
Mhm.
I
You
agree.
know,
That's
because
something
stuff like
nice.
this is really interesting. You know, to get
It's
from
more of
Ninjago.
a scene, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't always have to be, you know, a Ninjago City-esque for it to be like a location.
Yeah.
You could just have like a little nice little spot in here. So I like
Mhm.
this. This is a cool set. it brings me like a lot of like I'm considering like buying this set and then just taking one of the Ninjago guys and just putting Johnny Thunder in there. You know, just pretending, you know, Lego Orient Expedition just never ended.
You could.
I mean, Johnny Thunder isn't that far of a jump.
This is the kind of place I'd end up in, though. You know, if you've seen those like old sets, he were up to something. But I'm not gonna turn, you know, Ninjago cast into Johnny Thunder cast, you know. So let's put the
Well, you
brakes on
do
that.
know who is in Ninjago, right?
Is Johnny Thunder in Ninjago?
No, it is his counterpart, Clutch Powers.
Yeah. So if they were gonna do anything like that, it'd probably be him.
I don't really give a flip about, you know. You know, I'm
Clutch Powers
Johnny Thunder
is
for me.
epic. He's so funny in Ninjago. He's like the burnt out
But he's
celebrity.
It's not my man Johnny Thunder, you know.
Yeah,
Fought
yeah.
against him in Lego Racers and stuff, you know. It was crazy.
I don't know if I don't know if they're gonna bring in Johnny Thunder to Ninjago. They could. They 100% could since Clutch Powers.
I mean, he was in the movie.
Do you have that girl from
the
Lego
Explorer
Ultra
stuff.
Agents? They have the Ultra
They have
Agents.
Ultra Agents, yeah.
Yeah, is
They
it
could.
Toxikita or something?
It is.
I think it's
Yeah,
that.
she's one of the elemental master. You know, the very common element of toxic.
Then she-
And then Pale
That's
Man
pretty prevalent
is
online.
the elemental master of light, which makes sense.
I mean, yes, it
Deepest
does.
lore.
Dang it. But
Dang
it's crazy how they have an entire elemental master that controls the power of a Twitch chat.
You gotta have some.
Why
So,
are you going
all right.
toxic?
About this set, though, I think that this is really cool. The totem thing looks very interesting. This isn't my cup of tea. It's not something I'm super interested in. Most of the color schemes of the keepers also doesn't really jive with me. Not to say they're bad, it's just not one that's appealing to me. But this is a good set. It looks really impressive. I think it's going to be very well built. It is funny to note that Kai has traded out his 2 katana, his usual 2 gold katana, for 2 gold machetes. So
There's a
Machete!
She's
He's got
just
my
being
back.
practical, man.
He's
There ain't
double
a
edged
jungle.
deadly.
You gotta cut down the trees and leaves, man.
Yeah, you gotta
Mhm.
make your way, you know.
don't lose your way.
Oh, there's a bush in my way. Oh, I got 2 machetes.
people.
I'm smart.
Yeah.
I really like Chief Mamatus's like helmet. That's a really, really cool piece.
That helmet is insane.
A big helmet.
The big helmet, yeah.
it's
Big helmet.
That also reminds me of the Johnny Thunder sets. They have a
What?
similar like headpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, they do.
One of
It just Go on.
Mamutus is his underlings is gonna do something without his permission, and Mamatus is gonna say, "You went over my helmet." Come on, guys.
No, sir, more like to the side of it.
Classic.
Yeah, well, more to the side
Nice.
because their helmet's just so huge.
Yeah,
They're all
Cole,
wearing masks. More to the side because they're...
Cole,
Is
we
this
meet again
throne
for the
there,
first
like,
time
made
for
out
the
of
last
bones?
time. So what's
Maybe.
Yeah, it looks like
the
it.
Matus to be like, I have the high ground. But
Alright.
I didn't. This just has a really, really great presence. And even
Nice
this is the second largest set in the wave, and it definitely looks colorful and fun, and it's not many
Second
minifigures,
largest?
but yeah, second largest.
Oh.
Yeah,
We got
I
one
think
more coming.
I think it's really cool how there's a lot of different environments in this not so huge set. So there's the lava part and the beach and the more like the bushes and jungle, and then the totem and the throne. So there's a lot crammed into the set, and I really like
Getting
that.
this set right
much pieces is
important
this
for the
set?
whole theme.
Yeah.
How much pieces is this set?
This
Going
set
up?
has 632 pieces, and it retails for $50.
Ooh, that's
That's
a
pretty
very
good.
nice price
Yeah,
per
that
part
is
price.
ratio.
Yeah.
You know, that's
'Cause,
not.
like, if it wasn't for this set, or if this set wasn't done well, then you would just have a dragon, a bike, and a boat, and it wouldn't really differentiate itself from basically any other Ninjago sub theme. But because this set exists and because it is done well, it kind of ties the whole aesthetic in.
Mhm.
And it's like, okay,
Yeah.
this is what we're actually doing.
We got tribe stuff.
Enjoy.
This is the Ninjago The Island set, basically, because it's the only one that really has the island in it.
This is true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
Very true.
But yeah,
And,
we also got like the Keeper's power source or whatever is in here. So like looks like it's gonna have stuff like directly referenced in the show. So this is gonna be an important set when it comes to like plot reveals, I would imagine. So
I really love the
as
use.
much as they could.
I really love the use of like those little shooty thingies that they
The
have
power
in, like a
blast,
bunch of those. The power blast thing used for the lava there, right next to the shield by the little opening.
Oh yeah,
to the
look
cave
at that.
there. Yeah, it's just made in red to like have it be like a lava drip. I thought that was really neat.
Oh,
Yeah.
That's
Did not
super
notice it.
clever.
lava drip.
Very clever. Very clever.
Very clever.
Very clever.
All right.
All right. Moving on. Let's
Indeed.
move on to our last set for the season 14. We've got 2 more sets, so we got one more for season 14, which is 71748, the Catamaran Sea Battle. It has 780 pieces and it retails for $70.
I gotta say, I didn't really expect Assassin's Creed
X.
Black Flag to get a Lego theme, but okay. So X made the better joke, and I have to honor this by posting this in.
Yes,
video.
yes. Go ahead. Go
Oh, you think you
ahead.
could stop me? Thanks for the permission, but no. I'm kidding. So
Wow, that's looking awesome. What a
this
throwback.
this really heavily resembles a set that was released in 2006. This is going to be set number 8624, Race for the Mask of Life. The set contains 507 pieces, retailed for $60, and released in 2006 under the Bionicle theme. So,
Happy 20 years, Bionicle.
yeah, this is it. This is
Oh my god.
That's what we get. It's the remake. Legacy.
My feelings.
This is
Literally, the front ship is like
almost
Yeah.
1-to-1.
It's really close.
It's pretty close.
It is worth
Startingly.
Okay, never mind. I no longer have the only review of this set, the Bionicle set, on YouTube, but I do have the first. So check it out.
First and only.
No, first and
First. Just the first now.
There's one other.
Okay.
Anyway,
Wow,
yeah,
no.
no, this is funny, and I definitely think Bionicle did a better job. No I'm kidding.
Wow. Is that so? X is like, no.
no.
I would
No
say
way.
is the
Dang, X coming to defense.
this is the new one is a lot better. It even uses like some of the old pieces, but it's just they're just made a
It's
lot
so
prettier, like
select.
really lot more vibrant, nice colors.
Yeah.
You know? I think this is really nice. This is also the closest thing we're ever gonna get to Braconicle, honestly.
Oh,
Yeah.
dang. Sokoda's heart, I could hear it from
This
here.
is
It just
it.
went... But,
I don't know.
I love the colors. The
Yeah.
colors are great.
A Kai boat is a funny prospect.
Yeah, you know, it's funny that Kai,
already had
who
one.
was scared of water in season 5, has his own
It's like
boat.
2 boats. Like more than most.
I mean,
these-
and
these-
it
go on.
kind of makes sense in SOG. They explained it that he's afraid to swim, so he took the boat.
Oh, fair
so
enough.
maybe that's why he keeps getting boats.
Like I'm not getting in the water. Give me a boat and I'll do it. But
The
These are
keeper's
cool
color
unique
scheme
silhouettes
of
for
like
vehicles, though.
I think that's still teal. So it's like teal, white, brown, and tan makes for a really unique combo. And I really
Yeah.
enjoy
It's like
it.
Yeah.
a lot of dark
That looks
tan in
really
there.
cool.
That's usually not that much pieces of that, so always welcome new dark tan pieces.
oh yeah,
Also, white recolors of those black blades that we got from the motorbike gang
That
waves. I
sounds
don't remember what that's
Something
called.
about it.
Yeah, and I really like those in white as well. Just more There's more uses for those in general, and like these are very like unique silhouettes for vehicles. Usually it's like it's not like one of those huge cars and stuff. That sounds like kind of like a broken record at this point. But like this kind of reminds me of what was the Sky Pirates steampunk wave that they did?
Skybound.
Skybound.
Skybound was so cool, and like some of these vehicles, like I feel like these could work as like flying vehicles as well, with the way they're shaped and everything. I think they're cool. I like these.
They also
Completely forgot
probably
about this.
have some function in there. It looks like the sides can
Yeah.
like move in some way. So there might
It
be
looks like the
some-
sides can pop out, honestly,
Yeah.
of those of that front vehicle, and then like
That's
probably
pretty cool.
those blades like pop out to like make one more line vehicle instead or something.
That's
I
possible.
love
Yeah,
the
it was-
sails too. The sails look awesome. Especially that
Right.
first one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's how
first one's
Ninjago
pretty
has
cool.
continued to be a theme. The sales are good.
Ha ha ha. I thought for a
Why?
second because you're referencing all the different bounties, but that was also very good.
Oh my gosh, the bounty.
Because yes, the sales on the bounties are also very good.
That's the one part they didn't take from the Bionicle set.
Oh!
Oh!
Sokoda, you're a monster.
man.
Sokoda with the
Statement
daggers.
regarding Sokoda.
I just threw his gloves down.
Oh,
I am
That was
crying.
amazing. High five, Sokoda.
no,
Wow.
don't
No.
engage in this.
That was
Alright.
awesome.
This is definitely the highlight. Most definitely.
Yeah.
I can tell these are also probably the highlight in the show too. Like they're so slick in set form that they're gonna look absolutely fantastic in the series as well.
Really, I
Yeah.
still like the dragon more than this one, honestly, of
Yeah,
the
same.
two. But
think the
this
dragon's
is a
more-
very strong wave in general. Like I do really mean that this would like it's probably like one of the best set waves from Ninjago, in my opinion. If you just take away little motorbike thing, that it's just all like really unique and cool sets that bring something unique to the table. Honestly,
Yeah.
So
I'm kind of sad that there isn't more sets for this sub theme of Ninjago.
Yeah, it's also the fewest.
Lot
It may be the
potential.
best, but it's like the fewest sets for
Yeah.
any.
Yeah.
are we never getting another wave of these guys? This is just a one
This is
I-
off thing.
This is it.
Probably not. Yeah.
I would imagine that the
We
next
know for
set
sure.
wave would be for season 15. So, I mean, the reason why we only have 4 is because there was such a load for Legacy and for our last set that we have yet to talk about. So this one kind of got some like the scraps.
The scraps.
As Ulti pointed out, why does Jay keep getting in trouble in this wave, man? He's just like trapped or like hanging from something.
Because we gotta worry
Reset.
about him.
They're the Thunder Keepers, man. What is Jay the master of?
Thunder.
Lightning?
King Thunder.
Whoa, what?
Master of Thunder.
Is that Eljay singing the song
Okay,
he hates?
you are done. We are moving on.
Were you just singing the thunder?
I hate that song. I hate
Thunder.
Thunder
Thunder.
by Imagine Dragons is
Lightning
their
and
worst
the
song.
Thunder.
I
You're
agree.
not allowed to sing that one like past like for the last 2 years. It's actually illegal. You might go to jail for this, Haley. I'm just saying. I'm just watching out for you.
Yeah, Haley, you might go to jail. Gosh.
Yeah, fair enough.
Then
Mr.
everyone.
Domi890 said, "Do we have pictures of the box art? What about the ninja? Is the top like what's ninja on top?" Well, actually, this is the perfect set to say. If you look at the left of the image, that is going to be some lovely box art right there. We've got Lloyd coming out of the jungle, looking honestly terrifying, with his paint on his face and
Oh,
his
what the
hair
heck?
all
Looks like
kind of.
Rainbow, man.
Yeah,
His
he
hair-
looks awesome.
His
It's
hair.
terrifying. And then we all, yeah.
Sorry, continue.
Wish the minifigure looked that good, man.
What else?
No, I was just gonna say his hair looks like mine does right now. It's just so.
You gotta put on a headband and you, then
Like
you
your
get your
hair's
Lloyd.
beautiful right now. Just like super anime-esque.
It is. It's really
Nice.
long.
It is very long.
Just don't put it in a bun, man.
Yeah.
I
that's
don't worry.
dangerous.
I've already gotten several threats from my coworkers saying that if I did that, they'd cut my hair off.
Your coworkers are good people.
Yeah,
They're looking out for you. They want the best from you. So there's no like ninja top of the box. It's actually Lloyd from the side.
It's gonna be
of the
Lloyd
box.
from the
Ooh.
side. Yeah, it was the same for
Side
Master of the
Lloyd.
Nun. Lloyd or
Side
Cole was on the
Side.
side box. Side
Lloyd
box.
No one's-
season, Lloyd season.
They might have Lloyd from the side, but they're not changing up the box art game as much as Hidden Side
Yeah.
did. You know, so just putting that out there.
Yeah, Ninjago. I mean, they have the really cool box art for the epic battle sets. If you've seen those,
No, I don't know. Is it
those
epic?
are those are
it's
so
epic.
epic.
Are they really epic though?
They're 3D box art. Yeah, they have like
Oh,
I need
it's
to
it's
decipher
really,
their
really cool.
epicness for myself.
I don't know if anyone has a really good image of it because the box or like the official images
don't.
for the
I have
The
can't
official
really-
images don't show it because they're 3-dimensional. We need to have a
They-
photo of someone actually buying one.
Yeah, it looks really really cool, and I honestly might get all 4 of them just so I could have
These
like
these are these the
cut out.
sets where it's just like two
It's the
minifigures.
it's literally like it's like a 2 minifigure spinner set, but the way that they put them in the box, it's a 3D sort of panel, so the ninja is on the front sticking out, and then there's like a little like encasing inside, and then the villain is on the actual like back of the box, so it's a 3D sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, I
and
need
then
to
it-
check that out to decide.
Just
Yeah.
go
the
see it in the
epicness.
store and you'll see it.
It's really cool. So Ulti wanted us to talk briefly about Zane. I think it is nice to mention Zane has a really really cool suit. It sort of looks like Pixel's original design, but he is literally like he has a bare shoulder. Like he
Ulta, you want to talk about the Zane's design? I'll do you one better. I'll
No.
talk about the ninjas' designs. They're all trash.
They only had one shoulder. Only one shoulder.
Literally every
Oh
one
my
of their
gosh.
suits is like
Okay, I
over-designed,
like
gaudy,
the
and
rules.
generally unimpressive.
I really like him.
Where's their images of the suits? Is there like minifigure pictures that you guys
we
have or
don't have
something?
anything in your pictures yet. You just kind of have to
There
squint
is
your eyes.
awesome out there.
Well,
There was a
there's some-
catalog picture from a Lego. Yes, LJ.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm sure they're out there. Probably can't show them.
out here, yeah.
No, let me rephrase.
barely the
There
magazine
is
that
a
released-
non-leaked Lego Life magazine picture of the ninja suits that
Yeah.
has been revealed.
I have the magazine, so
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Beautiful. All right. Awesome.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
They are quite bad.
yeah, I think
I
agree
think
with Meso.
the only one that I don't hate is maybe Lloyd's.
Are you kidding
But
me?
even
Lloyd's
then-
Lloyd's is the busiest.
Lloyd's is the
Dude,
busiest.
Lloyd's
his
is
is
good.
awesome.
I like
Lloyd's is
Cole.
the only one that I feel makes sense in the context. It has the leaf. It has like the camouflage look.
I'm gonna go on camouflage. Grabs 2 leaves. And put them on. Okay, I'm good.
invisible.
Camouflaged.
Lego
But,
leaf
like-
was just Lloyd the whole time.
I mean, I don't think
Between
these
the
look...
belts and the fabric and the other belts and the armor and all the
He's kinda
symbols.
decked out. I have a feeling Lloyd's gonna go solo at some point this season, just based off of his look. He's gonna go like deep
He's gonna-
undercover.
He's gonna blend in, and everyone's like, "Hey, where'd he go?" And then they're gonna look.
Oh, I'm getting some beginning of Turn of Elements vibes from that, where he
I do
blends
too.
in with flowers that look like his eyes.
Do all the others not have the face paint?
No, it's just Lloyd.
It's just
Yeah.
It's just Lloyd. He's just the smartest one. Everyone
I-
else is just
I-
like, hey, I'm bright red in jungle. Who cares? I'm not gonna do my face. They're gonna see me anyway.
Interestingly enough, Jay is the only one where I feel like his headband doesn't really work with his hair, and I think it's because there's not enough hair. Like it feels like he's missing hair at the
Well,
top of his Kai's looks awesome. I love Kai's and I love Lloyd's and of course I love Cole's.
because there's not enough hair dripping down over the headband.
Yeah.
See, this is my issue. Like, I can't wear a headband because it takes my hair and I start looking like one of those images of Albert Einstein where the hair's just like sticking out all crazily. Like, I have a headband and it breaks up my hair. It bunches it. It's like looking at a muffin. It's
Nah,
terrible.
man.
So,
It's so good for Solid Snake, man. It really is. I really love Jay so much. I really like Jay
Hey,
and
thanks, man.
Lloyd's like chess piece, just because but really good for like just not for Ninjago, like some military faction or something type stuff. Like for those are really cool. Honestly, I don't think they're over detailed. They look about the same like detail as Star Wars, but I don't like. I can see why that's like a little too much for a Ninjago. Honestly, if I compare it that way, because
Well, I prefer. I know they've
some
long since
culture.
given up on any kind of like idea of actually being stealthy ninja, but I have always looked at their suits as more of like a practical thing or like a uniform, and these just are like, let's just throw 20 belts on because belts are smart, right? Like I love me some belts.
I mean, it's not just belts. It's they're pouches. They're tactical pouches, and it's a very
still a lot of clutter.
That's a very survivalist, like stuck in the jungle kind of a look. It's a Rambo look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Is Zane's chest just bare, by the way?
Yeah.
Zane's chest is bare. It is his.
That's just his robot chest out
Yep.
here.
Yep.
Well,
That's alright. That's cool. So
What
he's
a
just going
man.
full on jungle mode. He's just like, yeah, let's do it. Just, I'm in the jungle.
my gosh.
Or he's just strutting out that he's just like a robot, and it's just like, I don't care if leaf land on me, I'm metal. Yeah, I think the best one for like just Ninjago is just Kai. I feel Kai is very like Ninjago looking from my perspective, but
Kai is the best.
like
That is an overstatement.
chest print.
He
Seems
has,
interesting.
He has really good chest print. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for Cole because he has like an actual chest plate on.
You're also just a sucker
because-
for Cole.
You'd like it whatever it was on.
Yeah, whatever Cole is wearing, I'll just like.
Leah, what is the best minifigure from Leah?
I
Your
think I'll
perspective.
say. I mean, something very bothers me about the Kai's red one, right? It reminds me of like those generic Star Wars print belts on him, like for like Han Solo or something.
This
It's been bothering me.
chest piece.
It is bothering me a lot. But I don't like the designs really. I like very basic ones in general. So Kai probably is
Oh.
the best looking one to me.
Yeah, that's the one you least hate.
Pretty much.
I mean, there's also the problem for me of having like there's no design congruity.
Yeah, there's no cohesion.
Like,
between the team.
No, only 4 of them have the headbands and 2 don't, which I understand. The hair wouldn't work, but I digress. And then Lloyd's the only one with the face paint because I guess it's just a Lloyd season, so he gets it special. But what it ends up creating is like this mismatched look, whereas all the other suits from a season usually follow the same kind of a visual design.
Yeah, it doesn't look like there's much
Nya-
of a correlation between the suits.
Well, Nya, Zane, Jay, and Kai all have like an emblem on their.
Yeah.
I think that's their right shoulder.
Mhm.
Cole has his emblem in the center, and then Lloyd, I'm guessing, is just covered or it's like on his belt.
It's on the belt, yeah.
So like
It might.
there's sort of some semblance, but they also have, like I said, a lot of the clutter of the pouches and the belts and the whatnot that kind of make them individualized. I think it's also worth noting that Nia's face mask is the first time that color has been on a face mask. You get a teal
Oh, that's
or
nice.
cyan colored thing for her, so that's really cool. I like that color on
Isn't
her.
that the same color in the Zane Epic Battle set?
For Jay,
No, for Nia's like face mask.
I don't think Nia has an epic battle set.
No, but Zane's has a
Oh,
blue one.
Zane's?
I see. So it's this wave or this like
That's the
beginning of the year.
Well, the first time it's on her. So,
Cool.
I like the
Yes.
color on her. I like her gunmetal, this color, and maroon as her thing. But once again, we also don't really know what color ninja she is.
Nope,
So-
and we never will probably.
So
All
All
right.
the Ninjago guys are law-abiding citizens, though, all wearing masks. It's great to see.
yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
Maybe
that
all.
Lego, I am shocked Lego did not like marketize that, like sell the ninja masks. for 2020, 2021.
It's like,
The Spinjitzu mask.
Mask.
Spinjitzu mask. Wear the mask. Buy the mask. Get the mask. Buy more masks.
I mean,
Buy
this,
them for
Oh
your
my
friends.
god.
Thank you, Ash.
Lego brings
It's
back
going out
mask
of
packs. It's not really what we expected.
This is the one I wanted.
Mask.
Give me the
Become
right mask
one
pack.
with the mask. You
Listen.
and the mask are conjoined as one entity that knows
Collect all the
Spinjitzu.
masks.
Collect the masks. Listen, guys, no matter what you have, no matter what, my mask is the most secure and the safest of all of them.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Drop it.
Have you gotten to the mall?
Anywho,
Where
we
they
have,
have-
Excuse
we have,
you.
we have one more set that we need to talk about.
There's
This one,
more.
this one
There's
is,
more.
this one is,
More?
it's sort of legacy, but it's more of an anniversary legacy than it is a remake legacy because this is a, what's the acronym?
D2C, direct to consumer.
direct to consumer set. This is set number 71741, Ninjago City Gardens.
The
This
Fable card.
Yes, the Fable Gardens. It's an extension of both city and docks. This retails for $300,
Wait,
and it has 5,685 pieces.
this
This is not a legacy set.
This
It's
image-
not a
Urbana Gardens.
this image here, the one that we
UK.
have up, but it has a dollar sign.
No, it's Canadian dollars. It's
Oh.
a Canadian.
Okay.
Canadian.
Thank you.
Canadian.
Thank you. All right.
He's not even here.
I was really worried because I was like, wait, it's $400? Oh man. I mean, I'm still gonna get it, but
Yeah.
Ninjago lore people.
Hmm.
Who is the robot? Who is he? Who's the
Oh,
guy?
the robot.
Zane?
There's a robot.
No, no.
Oh, there's a robot in this
So-
set. He's like big with red eyes. Bottom to the left.
Oh, Scoop?
He's not in the show.
He's not in the show.
Oh, really?
Oh.
I think
Uh,
Scoop is like
I
a
almost wanted to watch the show.
minion. Well, there are robots in the show. Well, let me read what is in the corner of this that describes this wonderful set. It says, "Celebrate a legacy. Uncover ancient secrets and inspire new stories with the spectacular Ninjago City Gardens." Created to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of LEGO Ninjago, this 3-tiered set is filled with familiar characters and hidden surprises for fans who have helped to bring this legendary world to life. 10 Ninjago years.
Okay.
Wow.
I just want
Wow.
I just want one Bionicle reference in this set, guys. Come on, just give this to me.
Definitely
I
one
understand.
in somewhere.
I get it.
There has to
You know
be
what?
one.
I understand that's a Ninjago set, but Bionicle is a part of Ninjago's legacy. I just want the UDD symbol. Just stick it in as a sticker, and I'll buy 2. You know what? That's fine. I'll do it. I'm crazy.
Oh my gosh.
Now there's 2 of them.
Dang.
But they
So
got
this-
some.
Yeah.
Go on.
This is an incredible, colorful,
Mhm.
vibrant series set. Like this is not like Ninjago City and Docks where it has, tiny references to the show, but it is mostly tied to the movie. This one is for the series, which is absolutely incredible. While this actual location does not exist, there are areas such as the Ninjago Museum of History, Chen's Noodle House, a Ninjago apartment, and more that has yet to be uncovered because they say it's packed full of them. So wow. And it's 5,000 pieces
Mhm.
Yeah.
for $300. That's 5 cents a piece. That is incredible. This will be released, it says, according to this, on February 1st with VIP early access on the 14th of January, which is Ninjago's 10-year anniversary. So I'm sure I'm not going to be the only one here on the 14th of January to make the purchase.
I'm gonna have to get it.
No, Meso. No,
I'll
you're
try to
not.
get it too.
I already have it lined up. I tried to make a VIP account.
No,
it wouldn't
Meso,
let me.
You literally don't have the space. This would be a foolish decision.
I'm gonna have to do it. I regret not buying City.
Yep.
Worst comes to worst, if I don't have the space, I'll sell it in like 2 months. I kind of have to. It's a Ninjago celebration. If you're like a hardcore Ninjago fan, you're basically contractually obligated to get this thing.
When fine $300.
It's like a blood oath.
Yeah.
This sounds like a cult or Stockholm syndrome. Are you okay? What's
X.
going on here?
X. This is Meso.
What?
He lives and breathes Stockholm syndrome. Okay, he plays Destiny.
Oh my gosh. There it is.
Oh,
Stop.
there it is. Oh, there it is.
Alright. I don't know if they have a Bionicle reference in here.
They have to.
But they
we
got
don't
something.
know yet. We don't know
Oh,
yet.
they do?
Depends on who designed it.
Mm-hmm.
They have
They-
something better though.
No,
They
you-
got straight on the left there, on the turquoise Nexonite shield. There is a Rock Raiders reference, baby.
Okay, listen. Listen. If they put Rock Raiders in this, Bionicle has to be here. It's been in both City Docks and City. Okay?
Mhm.
They also
shall
make a
see.
reference to Ice Planet by calling the ice cream shop
Ice
just
cream
Ice
shop.
Planet
Yes,
Ice
Ice
Cream Shop.
Planet.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Yeah.
You know, still like old school Lego system references, you know,
Mhm.
for the OGs. But I'm definitely going to be getting not the set, but the sticker sheet for this set because Rock Raiders.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
We've
think-
got some amazing minifigures in this set as well. We've got a young Lloyd in a green Ninja G with his hair. We've got a young little,
Bowl
that
cut.
blonde
Mini
little
Lloyd.
bowl cut, which is really cool. We've got Kai and Zane, and then we've got an Urban Colt, an Urban Jay, and Urban Nya. They chose the best ninja to be Urban, which is awesome. They also have got Misako. They also have Clutch Powers and Ronin in the same set. My brain is going to explode.
But no
Followed by
Dareth?
the Mechanic. Yeah, who cares about Dareth?
How
We got
dare
the
you?
Mechanic.
The
And then
mechanic's
we have
first
a whole bunch of
appearance.
other- the Mechanic's first appearance as a
Is
minifigure,
that
which
a
is
Ninjago
crazy.
character?
Yeah.
It is. The Mechanic first appeared in season 6 of Skybound, and he's made several appearances ever since. He was in season 8.
He's like a recurring
He's,
character.
He's like
Yeah.
a recurring
Alright.
villain. So it's
Oh,
very cool that he
villain. Oh.
finally made it. Recurring villain, yeah.
You
So
know,
he's not a major villain. He's like a, what do they call him? Like a tier 3 or tier 6 villain. I think that's what Cole calls him. So he's not major, but he's
He's
been
got a tier
around.
list of villains.
yeah.
They do, yeah.
Nice.
So
If this was any other set, I would probably go on like a 4-minute diatribe about how young Lloyd is in the same set as Titanium Zane or Misako, and I would question things like that. But since this is a D2C, no one really cares. These are
Yeah,
just
no.
cool figures that people want to have.
yeah.
Is Misako Lloyd's mom or something?
Yeah.
She is, and she was absent at this time. And by the time she came back, Lloyd was grown up, and also Zane was still yellow. But I digress.
Yeah. And then finally, we have a limited edition golden minifigure, but this isn't Zane or Nya. We have a limited edition golden Woo.
I can't wait to see the Bricklink prices on
Oh,
that
yeah.
minifigure.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh
Once
yeah,
the
he's
set
gonna
comes
be
out-
expensive.
Once this set comes out of production, he's probably gonna rise up to be like the most expensive Ninjago minifigure. But I don't know about like.
Actually, there's
there, like,
there's
something
one
that-
that's more expensive, but that's because
Is there
it's more
something
rare.
that's popped out in like
There
cons or
is-
something exclusive or?
There's a really rare Ninjago minifigure which is kind of funny. It's a wooden Woo. It's the prop
Oh,
they
yeah.
used in the Lego Ninjago movie.
Mm,
That I
Oh,
believe
yeah.
is the most rare Ninjago minifigure.
okay. But
Alright,
of plastic.
I do question categorizing that as a minifigure. It's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not
Is
a
it listed on Bricklink?
it's a
It is not a
wooden it's a wood model.
it's a wooden.
It's like a. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's not an actual
So-
plastic minifigure that released in sets. It's literally just a film
I
prop.
see.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter anyway, because Golden Woo isn't going to be the most sought after minifigure.
Which one is it? Sensei
It's
Wu's
Sensei
dog.
Wu's dog.
Yeah.
People are gonna be coming for the dog out.
I love it.
Not a-
Dog's so cute.
It is a really cute dog.
It's a really cute, nice little dog. And I like there's a noodle house shop thing. for
That
this.
noodle
There's
shop-
such little nice
That
pictures.
is actually canon to the show. There is an
Oh,
actual
that's cool.
Mr. Chen's Noodle House, which is featured heavily in Tournament Elements, and then it comes in and out of the show like for the next following season. So and that's accurate. Like there's like a little minifigure that's in the bowl and who's holding bowls, and then you see like on the side Kai is ordering from a multicolored screen.
Mm-hmm.
That's accurate. Like that's what the Noodle House looks like. Like
Sounds
that's
sick.
it's really
That's cool.
it's really really
It's
cool.
accurate.
On there.
It's accurate.
Yeah, it's accurate.
It's accurate.
I mean, it's accurate as they
Alright.
can make it realistically.
Yeah.
So
I-
same, yeah.
I have a bit of a problem with the minifigures in this set.
Okay, so if you're gonna say it, then I will too. Go ahead.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Even though our problems are probably different, we validate each other.
I love this set a lot, and I want to get it, and I love the build of the set, but I think the minifigures aren't optimal. And I had a long discussion about this with Josh. I don't know if he's still here, but we both thought that like we don't need like random civilians in this set, like Christina, Hai, Eileen, Kaito, and characters like that. We both think it should have been all show characters, like
Yeah.
all side characters from the show. And I know that these figures here, they reuse prints and molds, and that's probably the reason why. But me as a hardcore Ninjago fan, and this set is made for hardcore Ninjago fans, we all probably would pay a bit more to get more characters from the show in the set, like Vinny or Jake or other
Or
side
Lil
characters.
Nelson,
Yeah.
Regular
or
army.
Mr. Doomsday,
Well,
whatever his name is.
the fact that they're saying it's a 10-year anniversary set, and I didn't know there were no name characters. I mean, I feel like they
Yeah.
all should have been big names.
I mean, it's
Or at
the
least
it's the
relative.
Is
thesis.
Christina
Yeah.
literally just not even a character? That's just
No.
a minifigure.
May-
The name of it?
May, Kaito, Tito, Scoop, Sensei Wu's dog, Eileen, Hai, and Christina are not actual Ninjago people.
Yeah,
That's a
Everyone
lot more than I thought.
Everyone
Two
after
rows
the
of-
mechanic are
And
not.
I mean, Kai and Zane are also just like the legacy suits. We've gotten so much. Young Lloyd is literally only one new piece. And Clutch Powers also came in another set, so it's really not a lot of the minifigures are really
Okay.
yeah,
so
the biggest
exclusive
surprises
or new.
are Urban, Ninja, and Mechanic are like the big ones, and of course,
And it's
Yeah.
it's a weird crossroad that I mentioned with my slight, nitpicks of the minifigure choices, because it is a show set. It's also not. It exists in this weird, like, gray area where
Mhm.
it's almost like the concept of Ninjago is what has gotten a set. So they've just thrown an assortment of characters that really don't belong, and then generic civilians to populate the world, instead of actually taking a look at the show and being like, so what would make sense to put here from like a perspective of a time period. What kind of civilians could we have, and what minifigs could we have to reflect a time period? And I think the reason they didn't do it is because this location isn't even from the show. Like,
Yeah.
this is an artificial,
Yeah.
construct. It's just it is a thematic celebration, not an actual. I know that sounds cold, but it's not an actual greatest hits celebration. The only things that are really show accurate are the micro shops inside this. The figs aren't, and the set piece isn't either. So I actually agree with you 100%. I would have rather had the civilians we actually know. It's not like there
Yeah.
aren't enough of them. There's the ones you mentioned, and there's also they could do Ed and Edna.
Yeah,
you know?
there's so many they could do
yeah,
at this point. Casual Harumi, for example, or
yeah,
so many other
Even-
characters we haven't gotten. And I
Gail
see some
Gossip.
people say like maybe those characters will be in the show, but is it really a 10-year celebration then
Mhm.
if they're introduced later? So
That's a good point.
I'll get the set. I love the set because of the build, but I'll also fill out the feedback form on the Lego website. So I can say for future sets like this, I'd want to get more show characters and minifigures.
I will join you.
You're a good
Sokoda. I
man,
will
Sokoda.
fill out that
I'll
feedback
You're a
form.
good man. More of you be like Sokoda
Mhm.
for what you
I
believe in.
completely agree.
I'd love to be more like.
Also, do you guys like the newest version of Destiny's Bounty? The
Oh.
one in the Ninjago Museum of History? You
I
know,
really
Yeah.
like that mini
Oh,
build.
wow. That's cool.
you know, is it better than the last bounty you guys got?
Depends on how long this one lasts. All I know is that with one attack in Ninjago, it's gonna get knocked over and it's gonna shatter on the ground.
I'm very torn. I don't
No?
see. This seems like
You're
the
not gonna
kind
get
of.
this?
No, I'm definitely gonna get it. Though,
Nice.
come on, Lego, please, just come on. I have 2 requests. One,
Like-
just send it to us,
Wow.
please. We'll review it, and it's gonna be amazing.
Oh
2,
my god.
Bionicle
3.
reference. I'm begging you.
You know
I
our
think it's
only
too
hope.
late now.
I know our
But,
only hope. I know, but
This is an anniversary set because Ninjago has finally outgrown needing to put a Bionicle reference in their giant set.
Silence.
do not. You do not.
I'm kidding.
Ninjago-
Ninjago
will kiss the dirt that makes Bionicle's grave.
Oh my god.
That's how Bionicle's good at soil.
Wow.
Silence.
Okay, so
Okay.
anyway.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm sure there's one in there somewhere.
Yeah, no, I'm
I mean,
pretty,
the last
pretty
time I said
confident.
I'm sure there's a Bionicle reference. It was for the Lego Movie 2, and it was a last minute.
Yeah, Bianca. No,
Never
but
forget.
what I'm torn about is I don't know if I would prefer to build this with somebody else or by myself. Because these sets are usually really good for building with people. They usually have multiple instructions for the different layers or the different buildings, so it lends itself very well to cooperating with other people and getting to have a fun experience. At the same time, I'm like, but I kind of want to enjoy all of it, you know?
If we're all trying to get it, we could do another NinjagoCast building stream.
We could,
It's an idea.
huh?
Yeah.
We also don't know when this set is actually going to be out.
Yeah.
They say like you can order it, but it's like, when are we gonna get it though?
Available January 14th. Ships in March.
Yeah.
Buy it, but you're not gonna get it for like a month. Which I mean, I'm okay with because I don't expect this to be. You know, this is so major and so huge. I would hope it would be out and ready by January 14th because that would be awesome. But I don't expect it to be ready for months. As long as I can get my hands on one. As much as I would love Lego to send us one to review, I definitely want the pride and joy of purchasing this with my adult money myself. To go,
I mean-
yeah, I'm an adult
No.
purchasing this
No.
$100 Ninjago set.
No, I would be perfectly fine with not having to spend $300.
Yeah.
Listen,
You
you know what? You know what? I'm fine. You know what? I'm fine spending my adult money on bills. You know what? I'm also willing to spend it on this. You know what? I would definitely prefer not to. Also, this.
Yeah.
I think it would be
Brilliant.
perfectly. I think it would be more a testament to our work as Ninjago YouTubers.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We don't know. We don't know, and we're not gonna. You know, we wouldn't say if we had been reached out for it. So
We shall see.
We shall see. But yeah, this would be a fun one to build with someone, just to kind of like laugh at all the references and whatnot.
yeah, I'd
Yeah.
freak out about him. It's like, oh my
Yep.
gosh, this is a thing.
I
That exact phrasing.
I built docks with my brother.
Oh,
More
him.
brother built docks with me.
Nice.
But it was a lot of fun.
Did
He was very impressed with docks, and I wish he had seen the build for Ninjago City. Like City took me months to build.
I mean,
My
did
but
your brother misbuild something like he did on?
Oh,
On the car.
No bullying.
no, I don't know. I haven't checked.
So how many people here has
Yay!
how many people have Ninjago City, and
I
also
have-
who
Hello.
how many have Ninjago City and the docks?
Hello.
I have. Yep. Hello.
I think
I
it's
just have docks. I don't have city.
Oh, okay. But you're gonna get this one and then connect it to
Yeah.
docks? Nice.
Yep.
X right now, I'm looking at docks, sitting next to city, sitting next to the Temple of Airjitsu, sitting next to my Blades of Deliverance, pointing up at the movie Bounty, sitting next to the Titan or Lloyd's Titan, sitting next to the Monastery's Jujitsu, sitting next to First Lord.
Nice.
Sorry, hang on. Let me
I very much enjoyed.
That's a lot.
So I don't have room for gardens.
Let me just go ahead and walk out this room. Yep. Okay, now I'm looking at the entire collection of Bionicle. Yep.
What about the masks?
Now I'm looking at my water bottle with water in which I can drink and survive. It's really good.
Holy cow, portable water, that's epic.
Portable water.
It's water, but it's in a container that you can access at any time you want. It's insane. Honestly, it's great. It's great.
Yep.
But I don't need this set, Lego. You can keep it. I'm just happy that you guys are putting Rock Raider references on stuff. If you guys want to make like a new Rock Raiders, you can send me that if you want to. Just putting that out there, and I would not be opposed to the idea of more Rock Raiders references or sets. Whatever you can get. It's cool. This set is also really nice. All right. So that Kaito guy really looks like he's out of the Yakuza games. He really there's some guys that just kind of pop up somewhere, and he looks like one of those guys. But I really thought that the Legoland Lloyd shirt would be like exclusive for a while, but they were just like, you know what?
Yeah.
Pop in the gardens, and I really do feel like they're actually. I think it's cool that like Ninjago's gotten to the point where they can just like make D2C sets like this. Because like we're getting like an entire. Like I'm looking at a future. I'm thinking where there's like multiple Lego themes and all of them have like their own modulars. So cool. I hope this keeps going. This is cool. So keep making these like huge sets because there's definitely people who want them.
Oh, absolutely. I'm just so happy that it's directly tied to the series, which is something that I missed in City and Docks, which are the only reasons really why they aren't, my number one favorite set of Ninjago, is because it just feels detached. But this one I can guarantee is going to be like, yes, this is series. Oh my gosh, I'm building Mr. Chen or Master Chen's Noodle Shop and the museum of for Ninjago and all the other things that we're going to find along the way. And it's just going to be absolutely incredible. I'm so excited for that experience.
I agree.
So yeah,
it's going to be wonderful.
Yeah.
The Ninjago modular series with like the weird limbo that they're putting makes it sound really funny and dark in my head because I'm just imagining all these characters walking across like the city, the gardens, and all that, and they're just like, oh, this is really nice. Where are we though? I don't know. Or they're just, this looks familiar, but kind of not. They're just like caught in like a limbo, crazy state. It's the same. It looks pretty though.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, Ninjago City is not a very appealing place to live. It gets like attacked every other season.
Dude, have you seen like all like other Lego sets?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
Other modules.
It's a rough world out there.
It's a rough world.
The modules
Lego City. Lego City cannot get a break. Hey. So.
All right.
But
I
yeah.
think we should probably transition over.
Yes, we should.
Are we still gonna be talking about this? 'Cause we've been going for an hour and a half.
Let's do it.
Wow.
It's not gonna be timely, so let's do it.
So everyone who's a part of this, you're welcome to stay. We are now done with the set discussion. We're going to move on to literal series stuff, hence like character discussion and then also like fandom psychological and stuff and whatnot. So we're going to move on to this stuff. You're welcome to stay and listen.
I don't know what
However,
it is.
for those who our our non-official cast members, you're more than welcome to say adios and have a wonderful rest of your night. This is your moment to do so.
Adios and have a wonderful rest of your night.
Bye, man.
Bye, Invi.
You talk passionately about something you love, Haley, but it's 3 in the morning and I
No,
have
it's
studying
fine.
to do. So I'm
Go
gonna
right
leave
ahead.
you guys here and have a good night. And it was cool to talk about Lego again.
Goodbye, everybody.
See y'all.
Enjoy your
Yeah.
discussion.
I'm in
Have
Vivo. Wait, wrong time.
fun with the ninjas.
I'm
Wrong
Leo.
place, wrong time.
Nice
Bye.
reference.
All right. Will
All
you be
right,
staying?
let's get into the juicy stuff. Me?
Sokoda. I was
Oh,
asking.
Sokoda.
What?
Are you staying?
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah. Woo! All right.
You want us?
Go
Of
ahead and
course.
set the premise for the discussion topic.
All right. Here we go. We got some recapping to do. So, gotta clear my throat. On the day of December 15th, 2020, our beloved Eljay Walker posted a beautiful work of art on Twitter at Eljay Walker 7900 and said, "I need me some Nya angst." Hashtag Ninjago. Now, this comes from from fans who have seen Nya go through arcs that almost to completion. She feels like she's missing something, but she's getting attention, but it's not all the way there. Anywho, that's where that comes from. Tommy replied to that, our very own Tommy Andreasen, and said, "We shall provide." So there's a huge hint that Nya's going to have some more angst coming up. However, one of the many responses to Tommy tweeting out something, mysterious and, teasy for the Ninjago community, one of the many, in fact, there are 24 responses to that. The one that is the most that blew up was at Specs21 said, "Should I be scared for Jay next season?" To which Tommy replied, "Next year? Yes. Yes, you should." Cue the entire Ninjago fandom exploding. It's one of those where you haven't really seen Ninjago explode in a way that it did. All of a sudden videos were coming out about, "Oh my goodness, something's gonna happen to Jay. And we should be so worried about him. Like, what's gonna happen? Oh my gosh, this is awful." And then there's the other corner of the Ninjago community that's like, "Nya angst?" What? And then all of a sudden we're all carried about Jay. So what we're going to be talking about is we're going to kind of look at the situation and be like, okay, so what happened? Because we got the news that Nya is going to get some important angst, which means that she's going to hopefully have more arcs. She's going to have more attention.
Hopefully a full season.
Hopefully a full season. We don't know for sure yet. It looks like we're moving in the direction where each ninja is getting their own chapter. So it makes sense that Nya would be next, but we don't know for sure yet. But we're looking for something in 2021 for Nya angst. And by doing so, of course, we assume that means that we should be worried about those who are close to Nya, such as Jay, such as Kai, such as even her own mom and dad, characters like those. However, the fact the Ninjago community came to the abrupt kind of realization that the person who we should be worried the most about is Jay is interesting. And that's what we're gonna be talking about. We're gonna be talking about kind of why that happened. I know Tyler has a lot to talk about the subject.
Hi.
We have there's a lot of history between Jay and Nya that has led to this moment. And then of course there's the discussion of, so what does this mean for Nya as a character? So I will pass the mic off to Tyler to let him get into his thesis about.
So I think the most important thing to factor in first, before I even give an opinion, is to just say like, okay, so what does it mean like Nya angst? I'm sure I consider myself pretty okay to speak on behalf of AJ because they've talked to me time and time again about this. So to outline the platform of what Nya fans are looking for here, there's the belief that throughout all of the seasons of Ninjago, Nya has either not gotten to be front and center, which is arguably true, that Nya has never gotten a full, proper season headliner, which is definitely true, and generally either has incomplete arcs, unsatisfying arcs, or get pushed to the background in favor of other characters' arcs, like what happened in the Ice chapter. So now that we're kind of we broke ground last season because there was another individual quite like that by the name of Cole who finally got a season of his own. And even though he didn't get a lot of what I would consider character development, he got a lot of focus, which highlighted his personality and helped him be really defined. People are now like, hey, when's Nya going to get some of that? It's about time. It's like season 14. When are we going to get a Nya season? So when Tommy makes that tweet, the implication and what a lot of people read into it, and I mean, I can't really blame them considering what Tommy's tweet was, essentially means, yeah, Nya's going to get some focus because something's going to happen to someone else and it's going to make her sad about it. Now, is that a bad thing necessarily? I would say not necessarily, depending on how it's handled. You know, people in shows and people in stories, they have loved ones and they have people who they care about. And would it be an interesting story? What?
March of the Oni.
Yes, March of the Oni. That's a good example. I mean, could it be an interesting story point for Nya if a villain that they're fighting maybe does something to Jay? Or a family member of hers, like Kai or her mom or whatever, and she goes on like a vengeance quest. Could that still be of good service to her character while still involving something happening to someone else? Yes, I think it could be done fine. But people are concerned because of the outpouring community freak out over Jay that it's going to be yet another instance of potential spotlight on her and her personality being upstaged by someone else's story, someone else's plight, or someone else's, situation, essentially siphoning off screen time from her, which I can't say there isn't a precedent for. If you look back through every season that she's got focus, in Possession, she had to split it with Cole, and arguably Lloyd, who was the season headliner for some reason, despite barely being in it. In Skybound, she had to split it with Jay. In Hands of Time, she had to split it with Kai. In, the Ice chapter, she had the whole Ice thing, which got marginalized by everyone. Like, she's always kind of had to share the spotlight with other people.
And it's so interesting because she makes this remark in Skybound. She literally says the words, my entire identity has been defined by other people. Like, she said that in season 6.
Yeah.
And this is still an issue to this day, that she hasn't had the chance to be her own person.
It's a well-established problem. So people sound the panic alarms about Jay, and the Nya fans get kind of annoyed. Because it's kind of like what could have been, oh, hey, Nya's going to get a story, is now, who's Nya? Now, hot take, I think the problem, initially my problem was, when you really think about it, what kind of story, because of how Nya has been written for years, could they even really tell a story that doesn't involve someone else because of how her character has been established? What are her faults? What are her flaws? What are her problems? They all kind of relate to other people or relate to the team. But then over time, I kind of realized, no, that's not necessarily a Nya problem. There's tons of things they could do with her. They could highlight her stubbornness. They could highlight her brash attitude. They could give her some kind of personal villain to face that challenges her specifically, like they did with Cole and the Skull Sorcerer. That wasn't tied to anything crazy with Cole's personality. He was just a dude that Cole happened to face that had history with his mom, kind of, in a backwards kind of way. Like, they could easily do that with Nya. No, the real problem is, and my personal hot take is, all of the ninja are very flawed characters. Nya exemplifies some of these traits, but I think all of the ninjas share them, where they are not bad. They are not bad characters. They're flaws that they weren't designed to last 14 seasons. And I think we're reaching that point where we're mining out their potential for interesting stories. And we're kind of getting to the end of it. It's why I've advocated for years that what Ninjago needs is a soft reboot and a time skip. We're getting to that point where, okay, people are looking like, what can a Nya story be? Well, maybe something have to happen to somebody else. Or we're looking at a Kai story and what a Kai story could be. Maybe he gets overly cocky and has to be humbled again. Or a Jay story. He has to save all his friends because they've been trapped. And it's just the same beats just getting repeated ad nauseum. Something, Zane, robot, has to play on that. He's changed in some way. Titanium Zane, Ice Emperor Zane. Like, they are recycling their premises. And I think the challenge that the creators have and that they have to face is if they're going to continue using these characters, they need to find situations to put them in that, number one, challenge them as people, and number two, play on their personality. That is why Master of the Mountain worked so well. And that's all you really need to do. Nya fans aren't necessarily looking for crazy character development, although that would be nice. They're looking for stories that let her shine as her, with her personality, things that make her unique, and her approach to solving problems that don't rely on other people. They rely on Nya. I would say all of the ninja could use a little bit of that, but specifically Nya, because she's never had a headliner season before.
Which, yeah, it's interesting that she hasn't. I know or you mentioned briefly Possession. It's a very interesting season because Lloyd was the headliner or the box art ninja for Possession, even though he was the ninja who was the least in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
However, Nya, that was the season where she became a part of the team, which is something that is really, really interesting for Nya. She went from a side character to a main cast member, which does not happen very often, especially for shows like this. And especially for female characters. Like, it's like one of those, I think they kind of realized in, Tournament Elements, they're like, why isn't Nya part of the team? Like, she's always there. She's helping the ninja. She's kind of like their mechanic and whatnot. And like, why can't she just, be a hero number 6? And they made her hero number 6, and she had her doubts and she had her stuff, which was really well written. I think some of her best arcs and some of the best writing that Nya's ever had was Possession through arguably Hands of Time. Hands of Time kind of like finished the arc for her, but she's had quite a journey, and the fact that she still hasn't had the chance to really stand on her own, and have a moment for herself that is seen as a moment for herself rather than her being, sidelined to another character, is a bit of a shame. And I'm hoping that, that's why I'm excited for Nya Angst, because Nya Angst means that she's going to hopefully be focused.
She's going to have a challenge and have to solve that challenge. And in doing that, we'll have a plot and a story that lets her shine. Basically, that's what people want. That's all people want.
Yeah. So,
I would say you phrase it in a very good way. You're like, she needs to be seen as doing this.
Yeah.
Because I kind of realized, thinking about this, in my humble opinion, feel free to disagree. I know everybody has their favorite ninja. I think Nya is the only ninja who's had satisfactory character arcs consistently that actually go into each other. The only one out of
this
the
is one
entire
where it's
cast.
like, what? No, that's not right.
And you might be
There's
like,
no
what?
way that's right.
You just got through saying she's never had a season. How can she have consistent character arcs when no one else does? Well, let me tell you. She starts off with the Samurai X story, and she's like, "Well, I want to be involved in the team. I want to help, but nobody's going to let me, so I'm going to do it myself." So she builds her suit, she gets her tech, she does her whole thing. She becomes a crime fighter, independent of the ninja, for her own reasons. Then eventually gets rolled up into the team when they find out. They're supportive. That's cool. That's all well and good. That continues. We have this stupid perfect match story, which we're not going to talk about. And then all of a sudden, she's like, man, I'm Samurai X, but I want to help, but I don't know if I can. And Wu's like, there's something I must tell you. You are the water ninja. And now all of a sudden, she's like, okay, well, how do I do this? And she has to confront her flaws and how she goes about looking at life and try to figure out how to unlock this latent power. She ends up doing that and then saving the world. But in so doing, there's this backdrop, there's this undercurrent all throughout the story of her relationship with Jay and Jaya and all that. And the ups and the downs and the stupid perfect match thing all kind of culminates
as the girl ninja.
Being seen as the girl ninja, it all culminates in Skybound when she's like, it's not that I don't like you. I do like you. I want to be with you, but I want,
just be seen for who I am rather than how other people are a part of my life.
She wants the autonomy. She wants the ability to make a choice and not have destiny like forced onto her. Essentially, just because that's the role that she's supposed to fill. And then, like you said, Hands of Time directly continues that. And it's about letting go of her old, image that she'd built up for herself and then moving on into the new one. And even though it was written very sloppily, the core idea was good. It was closure to Samurai X and entrusting her own homegrown thing into someone else because she's moved on now and she's found herself. That arc is presented from season 1 all the way up until season 7. So over the course of those years, pretty much everything Nya does directly leads to the next thing Nya does. Try to tell me that Cole has an arc like that, or Kai has an arc like that.
He's arguably the protagonist.
Even Zane doesn't have an arc like that. And
now
Zane
maybe Lloyd.
Nah.
Lloyd is he kind of hops around a bit. He backtracks in Hands of Time.
Yeah.
Lloyd hasn't had an arc since rebooted, and his arc imploded in Hands of Sons of Garmadon imploded the arc in Hands of Time set up for him.
Yeah. But
no, Lloyd regresses.
Lloyd is interesting. Lloyd does regress. That's because the issue with Lloyd is that he was the all-powerful guy. He was the guy to fulfill the prophecy, and then that was it. That was Ninjago.
Lloyd's arc was over. They made Lloyd's arc at the show ended.
They had to. They made him too perfect, and so they were like, "Wait, we have to write more about Lloyd, but he's already done. What else can we do? Okay, let's give him a girlfriend that's evil. Boom."
The only ninja who kind of has positive growth throughout the series is Jay, because he starts off being the scared one who always freaks out about everything, and he still is. But then when the chips are down, he can pull things out in a pinch and save everybody. And I would say that's a good thing, and I would give them praise for that. But that really only exists in Skybound, and then it disappears until Prime Empire, where they just do it again.
Yeah. Jay is interesting because it's like the fear we have for Nya that she's only defined, or her character arcs are only defined by other people, is the case for Jay.
Yeah, Jay's the same way.
He's the same way. His big moments in Skybound and Prime Empire was a direct result of his friends being taken away from him, specifically Nya.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, he has had particular moments that do not, like, are a result of something with Nya. Now, the wish that he asked to, be rich and whatnot, that led to his adoption being revealed. That sort of was a result of, like, him wanting something with Nya, but then it comes, like, oh my gosh, there's actually, like, something much deeper going on.
It works
But
a bit
we
better
also
for Jay because he was given
Yeah.
headliner focus. So
Yeah.
the few instances he has work well for him
Yeah.
because he makes them in a vacuum by himself. He makes the decisions.
Mhm. So
so you
it's
might
one of
ask,
those, like,
how can I say this about Nya but also say that it's whatever, it's exactly what you said.
Yeah.
It needs to be shown all that is true, but no one gets that impression because of how the story is presented. She's never billed as the one people should be paying attention to. Her
Yeah.
story has evolved, but it's evolved in the background
Mhm.
consistently, while everyone else who don't really do much by comparison, who are kind of static characters, or whose arcs resolve in like a season or two, they headline the seasons and they get the big focus, and Nya just kind of like does her own thing in the background. And it's good. The writing for her is actually really good, but nobody pays attention to it because, oh, look at the flashy stuff that Kai is doing, learning to not be overconfident for the 8th time. Or look at Zane being killed for the 5th time. Look at Jay having to save his friends for the 3rd time.
Welcome to Ninjago, where Nya, who was originally introduced as a damsel in distress to Kai, has become a more integral part of the team than Kai. Silently, in the background, she snuck her way in with incredible writing that was, overshadowed by flashy, guys doing cool stuff. And now she's like a huge part of the team. It's like one of those, like, you kind of sit back and you look at Ninjago's 10 years and you're like, oh my gosh, Nya. Like, whoa, Nya. Like, you've done so much. And yet she hasn't had a single season.
Yep.
There's something I think that might be important. We also had another tweet from Tommy a while ago where he said Kai and Nya's relationship is about to get a whole lot deeper.
Yeah.
So this kind of implies too that it's not a direct Nya focus and more like her together with other characters.
Yeah.
But I think what's interesting is that it's her and Kai and not Jay.
Her and Jay.
So I think that's at
That
least
has a
something
time too.
Yeah. There's always the big fear that if Nya's granted a season, it can only be granted if she is tied with a character that sells.
I want to die. I want him time too.
You know where we never had this problem?
Huh?
Don't you dare say Bionicle.
I was gonna say Bionicle.
You couldn't tell it was a girl.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Well, let's. Okay. No, you absolutely could. If you went and you looked at any promotional material or marketing material, like they always specify, oh, she's the only girl on the team. Well, you know what? There was focus for Galley, and she was still super awesome, super integral to the plot. Got some good character arcs.
It was a grill.
Yeah, but Bionicle also never had like a show, so I think that might have changed.
Sokoda, why?
I mean, it's true.
Traitor!
Traitor! Shock baton. Look, that's very frustrating to hear. To hear that tweet from Tommy, but it's also not. I kind of get it, right? Because paying off characters familial.
To Nya, it has to happen with Kai. Like it doesn't mean that because it's reactionary stuff. If something major happens in Nya's life, of course it's going to affect Kai. Of course it's going to affect Jay. Like
I don't want people to get the wrong idea and think that characters can't have familial ties or can't have like relationships. Like I see a lot of people in the community, blaming the fact that Jaya exists. They're like, Jaya is the reason why Nya can't get, good focus or good writing. And I'm like, no. characters who are real people, who are well fleshed out with personalities and flaws and hopes and dreams and aspirations, yeah, relationships are a part of that. Family is a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
Characters can have dynamics and relationships and still be a character. If a character sacrifices their character to be a part of a unit, that's not a fault with the character, that's a fault with the writing, who they can't juggle both. You know, so I don't think that like taking Jaya out of the equation wouldn't magically make Nya a character that worth people, you know, going nuts about. She needs writing that caters to her. Even the seasons with Jay in them, yes, he's just trying to save people, but those are personality highlights. He has a mini arc there. He has to step up and do the job and not be afraid. He has to not rely on other people. You know, he does it out of love. It showcases how much, you know, he loves his friends and loves Nya. You know, it's his quick thinking, his engineering, his ingenuity. Like, those are attributes people can have. There's nothing stopping them from doing that with Nya. They just don't, or they do it in the background.
Mm-hmm. So, one of my favorite scenes in March of the Oni is post Cole's quote-unquote death, in which Nya feels complete guilt that it was her fault doing so, and so Kai goes to kind of console her on the back of the ship. It's a beautiful sibling moment that we don't really get in Ninjago that often. You know, they're both incredibly sad. They joke around a little bit. And then in true Nya fashion, she pushes the whole like plot onto Kai so that he will make the weapons to save the day. And then Nya gets, you know, forgotten until the moment that Jay asks, "Hey, will you marry me?" So it's.
I mean, that sucked, but that was.
It was a good moment.
Those were other problems.
I just fear that it would happen again. I want Nya to have something where it's, you know, if it deepens relationships, then let it be something that Nya has to overcome rather than other people overcoming it for her.
The reason why I don't give that scene flack in March of the Oni is because I don't think that was a Nya character problem. I think that was a shortest season with 6 characters who all need to do something kind of a problem. It made sense for Kai to be the blacksmith. Mm-hmm. What they needed was
more time
to either be permanent or have more like grieving scenes to really sell it.
So, I mean, that's a recent example. Of course, the whole ice, Nya controlling ice, and then it immediately gets passes off to Kai.
Yeah, that was a bad
that one's pretty major. Of course, Palm Empire, she makes it all the way to the end, and then she dies, and then she had a really good moment in Master of the Mountain. Of course, that was so short. But like I hope and pray that when Nya has a chance to hold the spotlight, she actually holds it for the whole time. And it's not another character that comes in to kind of swoop the kind of attention away from her.
I agree.
So.
And I think I want Nya to have a success story. I want her to have a good season because I want people to stop like fixating on this. Not that it isn't worth being fixated on, but once again, Nya is a symptom. It's not the problem. The problem is the character writing. The problem is they're not doing arcs for characters. Nya is just one that hasn't had an arc in a while. You know, the same problem applies to Lloyd, same problem applies to Kai, same problem applies to Jay. Mm-hmm. But Nya deserves her time in the spotlight, and then once that's done, hopefully we can get back to the olden days of Ninjago where we actually have some multi-season arcs where things grow and change. Like in any other show, let alone old Ninjago, but in any other show, you know, one of your main characters gets trapped in this alternate reality, you know, not alternate reality, alternate dimension, where over the decades and decades and decades, maybe centuries, who knows, he loses his mind and he becomes a genocidal, mad tyrant, dictator, murderer. And then he just going back to normal and he's playing video games.
Yeah.
Like, nothing like that should have had an impact on Zane. There should have been like a scene instead of being funny noir detective man. He should have like had a scene where it was like, man, did I do those things?
Was
Is that
me?
am I a bad person? Am I like, have I lost my humanity? What is it like to have humanity? The capacity for good and evil? You know, what should I do? Can I trust myself around my friends? What if I slip back into being the Ice Emperor? Instead, not only did we not get any of those scenes, they never even mention it again. It's like it never happened.
The ice emperor thing always gets me. We have to deal with it someday. It's not like we can't just forget about this. It's too big of a deal to just
not like
it.
Ninjago doesn't have good stories. They have good stories and good characters. Nya is the only one who's ever had a building block season to season for more than like 2. You know, Lloyd had it early on. Zane had it and rebooted in tournament, and then they just stop. Like, ideally, at least one of them should have some kind of change, and then the next season should be about them dealing with that change.
Yeah.
You can't always conclude an arc in the same season. If you're committed to an ensemble cast, I recognize that you can't, but you can start one, and then you can finish it up next time.
Ninjago was so good at that. I will always applaud the writing from Rebooted to Skybound, because even though you had all these crazy different factions and crazy worlds and villains and whatnot that they had to balance, the story flowed perfectly. It made sense why you go from evil ninjroids to snake cultists to ghosts to sky pirates. It made sense. It was like, wow, an action has a consequence. The result of the ninja doing this thing at the very end causes this upcoming thing to happen. It was a continuous story. Of course, that continues in Sons of Garmadon, Hunted, and March of the Oni because it was a trilogy. And then we sort of lost it. Now, we only lose it between like actual seasons, like from season 11 to 12. We kept it between the 2 chapters of season 11. We sort of kept it between the 2 chapters of season 12, even though they're not really seen as 2 chapters. It's seen as season 12 and season 13. But it's still not as strong as it used to be. And I think we're kind of missing that connection. It was the beauty of Ninjago's writing that it felt like an ever-changing world, that the ninja were actually leaving an impact, and things that they did really did have consequences. So the whole thing with Zane being the Ice Emperor and then having, just kind of brush it off doesn't feel like Ninjago, because Zane's gone through something like that before. He exploded, rebuilt himself, and then he questioned his own existence.
Yeah.
So it feels out of character for him to become an evil warlord and then just forget about it.
It's just a symptom of a bigger problem. I've bagged on the Ice Emperor enough. I don't mean to say it's the only instance. It's just the most egregious one to me, of actually doing something interesting, actually telling an interesting story, but then not having it affect Zane in any way. It was just missed potential. They all have it, and Nya's not special in not having it. I just think that fans of Nya, they get doubly wounded by dealing with that, because it's been, even despite all that praise I gave her, it's been since Hands of Time they really did anything with it. That's that's 7 seasons now.
Which hopefully will come back.
That's 7 seasons now. Yeah. So Nya may have had really good arcs, but only for half of Ninjago's runtime, and then the other half she's had nothing.
She's had good moments. Her character is slowly changing, which I'm really I think is interesting. She's changing a bit. She's more angry, which I think is, we talk about she's had so much growth, and now she kind of got stuck, and so now she's getting mad that she's not growing anymore. She's so meta. I love her.
Yeah. But, that's basically all I have to say. Is I sympathize with the concerns. I think they're bigger than what it might seem. Yeah. I don't actually fault all the people freaking out about Jay, because Tommy's tweets do kind of paint a pretty clear picture. I just hope that picture isn't all there is to it. I hope maybe it's just a small part of it. or maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe Kai and Nya will share the spotlight without overshadowing Nya. I hope for the best.
Sorry.
I hope for the best is all, and I hope for the best not just for Nya fans, but for fans of all the characters, and for Ninjago.
I think my 2 cents to finish this up is to look at that tweet and say, should we be worried about Jay? Yes, you should be worried about Jay. Should you be worried about Kai? Yes, you should be worried about Kai. Should you be worried about Nya? Of course. Because with growth comes conflict. And these characters are going to have to suffer in order to become even better versions of themselves. And I sure hope they tear Nya to shreds because she deserves it.
Bruh.
And we need that growth from her. So I don't want them to tear Jay down. I don't want them to tear Kai down. I want them to look at Nya and tear her apart. Because then we can get the most beautiful Nya stuff. So I want them to do that for Nya.
Characters can only evolve through tragedy.
Yeah, but will Jay be okay?
No, Jay will not be okay.
Eljay
And thank you for joining us.
Eljay will not be okay. Oh, very good.
What can you what
This,
you guys want to fight? I'll fight you and I will win.
Eljay back to being the unintentional instigator.
Oh no, I'm intentional instigating now, baby. It's I never really said anything during all this, but I do find a little of the community irritation a little funny. It's like, because this never happened. This never happened in the Bionicle community. Like, you know what? Well, okay.
Has a story.
Shut your face!
Wow. Sorry, hold on. Did you just say that? Did you just imply Bionicle didn't have a story? The father of all Lego story themes?
Respect your elders.
Yeah. Do we not want to talk about all of the connected character development that they all went through year to
absolutely.
year?
I loved all that screen time that they had.
Oh my god.
I really like that deep introspection that they got in the Ninjago novels that really gave us some insight into their characters because it allowed us to get into their heads. Oh, wait a second.
You're not canon. Eljay can continue your play.
We had a different issue. The Bionicle issue was that there were not more female characters in the theme. That's simply because most of them were just blue. But I do find it very interesting. We never had a discussion like this where they never got enough screen time, they never got enough focus, or they were not good characters. It wasn't simply a matter of just being strong female characters. They were just good. They were just like all the rest of the characters. They were just cool. And
instead, we had discussions about entire groups of characters not getting enough screen time.
Like
Knack and Jay episode, whatever we did about that.
You having too many protagonists in one story.
Okay, yeah, I see. Yeah. Sure.
Different stuff.
And Ninjago has a similar issue in that it has too many protagonists, which is why we're here not getting enough screen time or character development for its core cast. You know, it's dividing things far too much.
Yeah.
Nya is an interesting character and can be more interesting and just has not gotten that. And I just hope it's a matter of has not gotten that yet.
Yeah.
But as far as the Ninjago community is concerned, you guys need to calm down. Just relax, okay? Just chill out. For the people that are worried about Jay, I mean, sure, but that's not the focal point here. This shouldn't be a Jay season. And for the people that are flipping out at the people that are worried about Jay, just, you know, it doesn't matter. Let them be silly. You know,
it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna be okay.
If it's a Nya season,
Or be like me, be worried about all the ninja at the exact same time.
Yeah,
Here,
it's like
all the people who are worried about the ninja, I'll save you right now. There's no way they're gonna die. So what's really gonna happen to them that's that bad?
Well, one
Just say
character's
that, but on the
apparently
same
going
time,
through something very different. So
They're not gonna die.
yeah, they literally listen. If Zane came back, no one else is going to. There's nothing. Okay, if they've kill teased Cole so many times, it's not happening.
Yeah.
Just it won't.
Oh, some of them will be sad for a bit. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Listen, they've had so many opportunities to change the dynamic, and they have opted against. And I get it. It's a Lego line. You know, it's a toy theme. They got to sell products, and you've spent the last decade carrying this theme on the shoulders of the characters you started with.
Yeah.
But it's not going to happen. There are not going to be meaningful shifts in the dynamic. So do not be too concerned.
Here's one thing I'm wondering about. Do you think they'd ever kill Wu or Misako or someone like that?
No.
God, I hope so.
please,
No.
Misaka.
Please, for the love of God, kill them both.
Yeah, no. They
No, serious. I mean it. I'm not being funny. Please do.
I mean, are you ever?
I love. Okay, first of all, wow. Second of all, you're right. Third of all, no. I'm not being over exaggerated. Wu is actively a drain on progression.
I don't know. I think he was
He
really
was
good
great
in Master of the
Master of the
Mountain.
Mountain. Yeah.
He's not a bad character. He's enjoyable, but his existence prohibits Lloyd from reaching his peak of his character development. And so long as Wu is in the role Wu is, Lloyd never will. Lloyd will just be the guy. He'll be the dude who really, I couldn't even describe what Lloyd's personality is if I tried. Like snarky, determined,
Determined.
leader sometimes. But what Lloyd needs to be
He's not
the
as calm
master.
as Kai.
Lloyd needs to be the master.
Yeah.
And Wu is the master. But unfortunately, Elder's probably right. I don't think they'll ever actually kill him.
I want Misako to have like the most like dramatic, like epic death. And
No.
then and then Lloyd just like freaking goes off.
Oni mode.
Nah.
On the mode.
Nah. You know what? Let her die off screen, so that the writers, can abandon her like she abandoned her son.
We're back. Hello.
We're back.
We're back
Minor
to say
technical
goodbye.
issue, but we were basically ending anyway. So
Yeah, had a good talk about Jay and Nya and Kai and Nya and Lloyd
more Nya and Kai and Jay.
and Jay and all the wonderful characters from Ninjago. This was like kind of the first time we've had a character, discussion and well, not on NINJAGOcast to this level. So leave a comment down below if you liked it and if there's anything else you wanted to talk about, because we're more than happy to kind of like, take an Ninjago and tear it to shreds in a loving way. But yeah, I think we're good to go. Do you guys have anything else to say?
Look forward to next week. It'll be more fun.
Yes. Please come back for next Thursday around 8:00 Eastern for the 10-year anniversary Ninjago celebration NINJAGOcast with hopefully some familiar faces or voices. Familiar voices.
Everyone's gonna think it's Ninjago voice actors. It's not. It's not Ninjago voice actors.
It's a lot more personal. I'll leave it there. But yeah. So if you all have your Ninjago projects that you're working on, I would love for all of us to come together on the 14th and celebrate with each other and share each other's projects that we've been working on to celebrate Ninjago's 10 years. It's a really big deal, and it's nothing to kind of like take, for granted. So we're gonna have the time of our lives, and if you have anything you want us to talk about in that podcast, let us know. We'll be looking. We're gonna be looking for stuff to talk about, anyways. So, but yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a blast. So, but yeah. Anywho,
We want to have Eljay read the plugs out.
Do you want to do the plugs again, Eljay?
Yeah.
Master of plug jitsu.
If you're interested in joining in I'm going to restart that.
You just tripped over your own words.
Mm-hmm. If you're interested in joining in any of the other discussions, make sure to head on over to TTV message boards at board.ttvchannel.com. Need to be 13 years or older and read the rules and you'll have a good time. Then make sure to head on over to TTV Patreon at patreon.com/TTVchannel. Lowest $1 a month. You can join our TTV Patreon Discord server as well as our Minecraft server on the islands of Matanui and Voyanui. Finally, head on over to Twitter at the TTV channel and our individual ones as well.
Heck yeah.
Sounds
Alrighty.
good. Quick shout out to Saibnaf. Saibnaf, thank you for a $1 super chat.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You are a legend.
Legend. We will see you all next.
Can I play that same music again?
Go ahead and
Yep,
play the music.
Same one.
All right. Where's Colin? There we go. All right. Thank you guys for coming out today.
Well, another NinjagoCast has ended. We hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week, and we will catch you next time. But until then, I have been your Sensei Wolfe.
I'm Eljay.
I'm Meso.
And I'm Sokoda.
And I hope you all have a very ninja day.
Night.
Night. Very ninja night. It's late. Sokoda, you need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you for sticking it out. And everyone else too. Have a good night. Bye.